Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Matthew, and I'm playing Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi Arcane Archer.
Caitlin, and I'm playing Fable Frost, the Ace Genasi Phoenix Soul Sorcerer.
Megan, I'm playing Sarai Landir, the Eladrin Glamour Bard.
I'm Eric, and I'm playing Sirach, the Arakakra Horizon Walker Ranger.
And I'm Carlos. I'm playing Thousand Fahrenheit, the half-orc tiefling Forge Cleric.
All right. Welcome, everyone. We are happy to have you guys here. Yeah, go little stream pet, go. Super excited that he's around. We are continuing to update our information and things like that, so thank you guys very much for sticking with us. Before we get into tonight's adventure, I believe we have just a couple of quick announcements. Matthew, take us away.
First, a word from our sponsor to viewers like you. So we
through the vessel of you.
Yeah, we partner with Norse Foundry. Yay! They are an amazing company. We love them to pieces. Several of us have some of their amazing dice, and because they are our sponsors, they have offered all of you a code to be able to get 15% off of your entire purchase. That is for any of their wondrous dice, their aluminum dice, their other metal dice, their gemstone dice, their dice boxes, both magnetic ones, and they have these little spell books that are really super cool. Anything and everything that you might want off of Norse Foundry's website, you can get 15% off. You just have to use the code REPRPG. That's REPRPG, and you'll be able to get 15% off of your entire purchase. It's like a lot of the times people think that 15% isn't a whole lot, but whenever you're getting some fancy dice, it can be a good, decent chunk of change to be able to get off of your order, and they're wonderful gifts for everybody or for yourself, because in 2021, we believe in self-care. So get yourself some dice.
Absolutely. And I think the next announcement is Megan.
Hey, so on Thursday, join myself and Eric. We host a show called The Archives, where we discuss everything that went down on game Monday night. So everything that happened tonight, we will be breaking down, discussing, taking questions from you. Anything that you have on D&D in general D&D, or on us specifically. Sometimes we have guests on. We've had Mars to discuss Talroth and all of his family backstory shenanigans. Carlos was our guest last week, and we all learned exactly what the fuck Thozen is, so that's fun. Yeah, so join us, I think 7:30 on Thursdays.
Very cool, very cool. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, we have a creative stream. Might be a to Z monstrosities, because we missed one last week, so I think we're gonna double up. Just gonna run through the rest of the schedule, or should I save that?
Save it for the end, they won't remember.
Cool.
It's on the
Sounds good.
sidebar though for now, so y'all can go look at it. But also, most of the cast is in chat if you have specific questions about any of those things. And yeah, let's party, y'all.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Let's dive in, shall we? Our adventure takes place in the lands of Licht-Dracht. They are lands of myth, lands of legend, lands where one's destiny may be written in blood, if you have the appropriate tool. Our heroes are the Archivists. They are members of the Magnus Exploratorium, a state-run school / exploration committee from the Republic of the Black Gem. They are currently venturing across the continent. This is a bold new world for the members of the Republic. And they had set off on an expedition to a place known as the Forge, where many artifacts of myth and legend were said to have been created. Along the way, they've gotten into some interesting side adventures, and they had split off from their main group to deal with some personal issues. And as they had approached the mountains in the western front, they, through an attempt to check in with the rest of the party, discovered that the rest of the caravan's de facto leader, a graduate student by the name of Wyatt, had been captured. Captured by hobgoblins in the north, a remnant of the Republic's first great enemy here on this new continent, many decades since defeated. It also seems that these hobgoblins have been put into the employ by members of the Pale Brotherhood, a mercenary bounty hunting sort of organization that has a contract out for one of the Archivists. And so our heroes had set forth north to free Wyatt and save what caravan members they could. Some of the caravans had already escaped, right? They were already in the mountains. They made it to the Black Wood of the north, outside the Hobgoblin capital, former capital. And just before we left last week, they were set upon by the Blight of the Black Wood. And so that is where we are going to pick up, my friends. Now, you guys had noticed that here in the north, many of these trees were very coniferous, evergreen trees, but the ones that have been sort of following you around were much more... I honestly don't know the other word for trees that are not coniferous trees. So anti-coniferous, linear trees.
Deciferous?
Deciferous.
Yeah, I was about to say, thank you.
Thank you. Cool. That works. Emma, are you focusing on me? Good job.
And weeping willows are vociferous.
Ooh.
Or what? Okay.
I'm gonna be a huge dweeb in my corner. Just.
Girl, you
You're
had him
good.
convinced.
Trees that are similar to oaks and things like that. And so these trees had sort of been following. Our ranger had taken a notice that they were passing the same trees, but actually making progress. It was odd. You guys were set upon, and so I need everybody to flip for initiative, please.
Right away, so fast.
So fast.
I gotta shuffle my initiative deck.
Yeah.
That was shockingly high. Okay,
Appropriate.
cool.
That's inappropriate. There we go. Trees are on a 4. Anybody lower than a 4? All right. I'm gonna ask Matthew. Do you mind running initiative for me? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Then take it away. Yes, Meg.
So rock and fable.
Hold on. Thosin and myself are restrained or grappled?
You guys are both grappled and restrained. As just at the end of the adventure, springing from its motionless trap, I believe it was the grasping roots had caught Saride and Thosin both in its grappling attack. What you guys notice is that these roots not only come up and out from the trees, but there is like a gnarled system of roots down below that sort of rise up out of the ground, and they're very difficult to dodge and escape. So it is a DC 16 escape attempt on the roots for athletics or acrobatics. Okay. Matthew, who's up first?
It is a tie, Sirach and Fable.
Yeah, Sirach, what's your dex? I feel like you're higher than me.
Sirach's got it.
Yeah, I got +4.
Yes.
Help me out. Can I see, like, specifically, like, the source of this?
Make a nature check for me.
All right. Is there a better check? Nah. Oh shit. Okay. 18 +1 for a 19 nature check.
Okay. What I will say is that it reminds you of you have come to realize that pretty much the ground you're walking on and all of these non-coniferous trees, maybe even some of those, are all part of the same entity, right? So attacking any of these trees could, you would be damaging the larger portion of it. For those of you who didn't see the about this one, which the cast usually does watch, good, because I throw these things at you.
Yep.
I likened it unto Krakoa from the X-Men, the whole like living island, right?
Yep.
And it's sort of rising up, and so the land very much beneath your feet is alive. You guys can target these trees specifically. You will be dealing damage to the body. You can also target the roots that are grappling your friends, and they have their own armor class and damage.
All right. Well, with that knowledge in hand, So basically, I can just cast Hunter's Mark, and everything is Hunter's Marked.
Yes. Yeah. I will say not the roots specifically, the grappling roots, because they have their own HP tracker. But everything else, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, then cool.
Like big enemies in like a Final Fantasy where it's like, okay, we're all hitting different parts, but technically it's the whole enemy that I've just cast this blow on. Or good.
Yep.
So I am going to get within 30 feet of the vines that are getting them, and I'm going to I'm going to attack my first time.
I mean, you're within 5 feet of them, I'm sure. So are you moving away?
Slightly back up then.
Okay. Which direction are you backing up? North, south, east, west, vertically?
Just south, backing away from them.
So you start trying to move to the south, and immediately, Sirach, you can see sort of the roots rippling beneath the surface and kind of following you as you back up, and you realize you're going to have to go pretty far to be out of melee range with this land, essentially.
Fly.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I'm going to use then the rest of my movement to kind of diagonally up and back.
Okay. As you begin to travel up and back at about 15, almost 20 feet, you do hit the threshold of its range, and you do proc a opportunity attack.
Yep.
So, with its... okay, that moved. Don't move. There it is. Come back.
Everybody freeze. Oh, he's doing that? Yes, our card initiative. Thank you for asking about it. We've got a YouTube video about it as well, but Matthew's doing a great job of explaining it in chat. We love our card flip initiative. It's a blast.
Yes.
Sorry, I hit the mic.
So the 10-foot reach or 15 feet is the grasping root. Some roots shoot up out of the ground. That is a 4 plus 12 for 16.
Just hits.
Oh no. One creature not grappled by the blight. It does hit. You are grappled.
Okay.
You take... Let's see. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. No, I apologize. You don't take any points right now. You take that damage at the start of your turn.
Okay. Well, then I am going to still try to shoot the... no, I have an action. Can I try to get out of this?
You can. Yes, you can.
All right. I will act...
And I apologize. You are not restrained. You are just grappled at the moment. So that's the same for Sarai and Thosin as well. You guys are just grappled.
I will go ahead and I will use acrobatics.
Okay.
That's a 12 plus 7 for 19.
Yeah, you escape. The roots shoot up. They grab a hold of you. You start wiggling and twisting. Your wings beating against the sky, and you do break free. I believe you can move the rest of your 15 feet of movement, your fly speed.
I will take another 5 feet just to be further back out of range.
Okay. Sounds good. And bonus actions? Hunter's Mark, was that an official action?
Yeah, let's Hunter's Mark just one of the trees.
Okay. You mark it with the Ranger magic, and you can sort of see all of those points picking up on the trees and the different blackened lands that are connected.
You're just gonna hear a very low, like pigeon type, oh my god, sort ofness.
Okay. Fable.
Amazing. So it's specifically, you said it's Thozen and Saride who are grappled?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Fable is already tired and stressed and worried that they're not going to be able to get there in time, and she just looks around at this wooded area just, oh, you fucked with the wrong thing, you flammable sons of bitches. And as a bonus action, she's going to cast Mantle of Flame. Her whole self is on fire now.
Okay.
And so, bonus, if I'm standing on the ground, it is any creature that takes fire damage equal to my charisma modifier if it hits me with a melee attack. And that's, or if it touches you. So
Sure.
I'm assuming the ground is taking some damage just by me being on fire.
Mm-hmm.
My charisma modifier is +3. Because of my weird fire things that I have with my features, I also gain, it's an extra, I think, 1 or 2 fire just because I have elemental, it's spells, not features, never mind. So yeah, 3 damage of fire.
Because Mantle of Flame is
not a spell, yeah.
Well, I was going to say it's not great. I'll give you the +2 fire.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Cool. Then I'm just going to make that +5 in general.
I will say that the fire, much like burning, dry kindling, catches very easily.
Yeah, it does. It's okay, I can ice it out later, but right now I'm on fire. And she yells at the forest that is clearly sentient enough to follow them. We're on a deadline here, so unless you want this whole place going up in smoke, you'll let go of my friends. And she'll reach out and just grab one of the roots that is holding Saride, just with flame hand. And and she's gonna give it a chance to let the fuck go.
Make a, I'll give you a melee spell attack, so make a spell attack.
Great. Let's use a fire dice. Let's use something yellow or orange. It's blue flame, but still it's flame. A melee spell attack. What is my spell modifier? Good God. 23.
23, great.
Yes.
23 will hit. You do grab a hold of the root. You're just dealing the fire damage from your Mantle of Flame.
Yes, and then I would like to hold an action.
So this is an action.
Okay, then that's what I'm doing for my action. Then
Okay.
I'm just grabbing it.
Okay, so you grab a hold of it. The Mantle of Flame burns through your hands. It catches on to the root. You can see that it is it's going to burn through the root, and but you watch as the root, the piece that's sort of alive underneath that dry kindling, begins to kind of shrink away, and it lights a fire all of the root that is wrapping up Saride. Saride, you're going to take 5 points of fire damage. You are no longer grappled.
I was hoping it would just let go, but you know what? We can handle 5 points. I will heal you 5 points. I'll figure it out. I have no healing spells. I love you. I'm sorry.
Who's this we? We can handle?
I'm sorry.
We can handle?
As a group, I trust you as our healer. I have faith in you as our healer.
We only have one healer. Uh-oh, we only have one healer.
Just
Boy's a
ask
little
me.
tied up at the moment.
I'm sorry. Fuck off. Fine, I won't help anymore. I'm good.
All right, who's next?
I'm sorry.
Thozen.
That's me. I'm gonna try something crazy.
Let's do it.
I'm wrapped in this thing. I want it off me. I am going to cast Heat Metal on my own armor.
Okay.
I'll take 6 damage, half to 3 for fire resistance. However, a creature holding an object has to drop the object if it doesn't succeed a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, Constitution saving throw. Okay. That is a 13.
Ah, that's the DC. So it's still holding me, but it's 6 damage fire. So I don't know if
it can choose to take the 6 damage fire or drop you. Okay. Yeah.
It says that it takes the damage, and then it says if it's holding an object that it can drop, it has to do a Constitution saving throw unless
if it wants to hold on to you. Okay.
Yes.
So what it's going to do is it'll take. You watch the roots begin to burn, and then the fire that is engulfing the roots flames up over you as the kindling burns you again. So it would be 6 points of fire damage. You reduce that to 3, and the light takes the rest of it. Okay.
Does it still hold on to me?
No, it drops you. It drops you.
Okay.
The roots that were holding you actually burn away.
Got it. And if I'm able to, can I go next to Sarai if I'm not already next to her?
Yeah, you move over a couple of feet and you get right next to her. You are right there.
And I'll have the shield up. And as a bonus action, if there's anything around me or anything around us, I'm going to use my Shield Master Shove.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Shoving doesn't look effective at this point. There's no singular body for you to push away. So as you sort of start, you're trying to defensively kind of push back against all of these roots, and you realize it's like trying to swat at the fallen leaves of autumn. It is everywhere.
Got it. Okay. And that'll be it.
Okay, who's up next?
Next, it's Clever Stitch and then Sarai.
Clever Stitch. What you got, bud?
Okay, so...
Actually, I apologize. At the end of your action, Thousand,
Layer action.
it is going to... Not a layer action. It is going to take a legendary action. And the legendary action is going to be... Constrict? Or do I want to just entangle people?
Don't ask us. That feels like a trap.
We're going to entangle. So it catches a 15-foot radius centered on a point of its choice. Because we know Fable and Sarai and Thozen are all right next to each other, it's going to catch the 3 of you guys. I would like you... So this area is difficult terrain because none of you are plants. In addition, each creature in that area must make a strength saving throw, DC 16.
Oh, I'm first in this order. Shockingly, I got it. My base 19 plus 0, so 19.
Okay, that saves.
Oh.
6.
And Thozen?
16.
16 saves. So just Sarai.
And you said this was an attack technically, or like a spell?
No. It's an
making sure.
area effect. I
Okay.
mean, yeah. So it yep. So Sarai, now you are restrained. There you go. Grappled and restrained. Okay.
No, it dropped me, so I wasn't grappled.
And it has now re-grappled and restrained you.
There we go. Okay.
Yes. That is the effect that the saving throw encounters. Okay.
I hate that we're fighting this thing, but I love it. It's so good already. Well done.
Clever Stitch.
Okay, so I apologize. What... The things that I can shoot.
Yeah,
that
there
I
are trees.
know-
There are roots. Trees and roots.
Like visibly living trees that are attacking us.
Oh yeah,
Not
they're-
just rando trees.
No. Like,
Okay.
yeah. You can...
I just wanted
It
to
is-
triple check.
It is easy to tell the difference between... Now that they're moving, when they were frozen still, a tree looked like a tree to you. but you're seeing where these roots are coming, the trees they're coming from. You are able to pick out, and those trees are they have a living, like almost maw-like nature in their trunks, sharpened sort of wooden teeth that you can see they want to draw the people up into, and they are, I won't say walking, but they're dragging themselves with those roots closer to people. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay, then whichever one, if I can tell which one of them has Saride grappled and restrained, I will shoot at that one.
Okay.
And it will be a sharpshooter because why not?
Yeah, it's all the same entity, so go for it.
Okay. Ooh, perfect. Lit. Okay. Then yeah, first shot. Cocked die, sorry. Okay, that is a 15.
15 barely hits. That is the armor class of the wood. Yeah, it sort of it hits the side of the trunk where an arrow would normally sort of deflect off, but yours catches just a little bit, sort of notches in there. Are your weapons magical?
Yes, they are.
Great.
And then I would like to make this an arcane shot.
Okay.
And I will make it a beguiling arrow.
Okay.
So it will take extra psychic damage. So it takes 7 psychic damage.
Okay.
And let's see, 16, 24 piercing damage.
Okay.
And it needs to make a wisdom saving throw DC 13 or be charmed by Saride. Until the start of my next turn.
Yeah, you watch as the psychic damage sort of peels through it, but as the charming flecks that normally encompass the mind of your enemy dance over it, they have no effect. It is immune to charmed.
Yeah, I thought it might be. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack again. And then I will also use my Quiver of Quickness to attack a third time.
Okay.
So that is a 8.
Cock that was.
Ooh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's a 19 to hit on the second hit, and that's 17 damage.
Okay.
And then the third hit with my bonus action is a natural 19, so that's going to be 19 damage.
Okay. Yeah, it does not like what just happened there. So it is going to use its last legendary action for the round to constrict Clever Stitch. Clever Stitch, that's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That is going to be 16 points of bludgeoning damage. You are grappled and restrained. Okay, Saride.
So, okay.
At the start of your turn, because you are grappled and restrained again, you are going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as the roots wrap around you even tighter.
Cool. So, I'm going to, first of all, pull this thing up. Hold on. In Sylvan, she's going to say, nice try, but I make it look better. She's going to touch herself and cast Bark Skin.
Okay. So your armor class raises to 16.
Yeah. And then bonus action. Healing word to Stitch.
I appreciate it.
I'm just gonna do first level if that's okay.
That is more than okay, yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what it is. Sorry.
Cool. At the end of Saride's turn, it is the Blight of the Blackwood. It is going to... Let me see. Branches and grasping roots. Okay, here we go. So it is going to... Ooh. All right. So it can't reach Sirach with its things. But
Stay up there!
here's what it's gonna do. It's got Clever Stitch. You are grappled and restrained, and so
Correct.
is Sarai. Grappled and restrained. So it is going to make branch attacks against both of you with advantage because you are restrained. So, up first, Clever Stitch. Natural 19 plus, that's gonna hit. That is 19 points. Hold on, I'll roll it. That is 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Saride. Natural, that's a 22 to hit. That's gonna hit. That is gonna be 15 points of bludgeoning damage to you. And then Clever Stitch, it is going to, as a bonus action, make its bite attack against you. That is 24 points of damage.
Saride,
Excuse me.
Saride coughs blood on Thosin.
That is 24 to hit, not 24 points of damage.
Oh god. Okay.
I apologize.
Did you say bite attack, by the way?
Yes, bite. So the roots that had jumped out of the ground, they grab a hold of Clever Stitch because he shot the living shit out of it, and then dragged one of those trees towards it, and the branches sort of whack out of the air, and then you watch the trunk break open and just sort of wrap around wood chipper style onto Clever Stitch. Clever Stitch.
New nightmare I didn't know I fucking had.
That is going to be 18 points of piercing damage. And then with the other two attacks, those are Grasping Roots against Thosin and Fable. Fable is a natural 20. Thosin is a natural 2 plus 12, 14.
I am going to use as a reaction. I'm going to. Where is it? I've never had to use it before. Ice Armor. Once per long rest, when an Ice Genasi suffers a critical hit, they may use their reaction to negate the crit, instead suffering only regular damage.
I appreciate
thank
that. That's a great ability. I'm gonna let you save that ability because this attack is just to grapple you. It doesn't deal damage right now.
Thank you for letting me know. You are a gentle god.
I will let you know. So you do raise the ice to protect yourself. The roots do grapple in around you. Okay. The fire damage from your mantle of flame catches the roots, and it's gonna take some of that fire damage, but the roots are gonna burn back against you. You're gonna take 5 points of fire damage as well.
That's fair.
And it's gonna its grapple is gonna melt off of you. Basically, those roots burn like kindling against you, and by the time it's your turn, you will no longer be grappled. Okay.
Thank you. Awesome.
That is it for the Blight of the Wood. Yeah, because it's got 4 attacks and a bonus action. So there you go. New round. I should shuffle. 3. I'm last. You guys go ahead.
I mean, this is kind of working for us. We have a whole round to heal before you do that again.
So Thosin is up first.
Thosin.
Like that.
You got big man.
Fuck. Okay, so just to clarify, Saride's tangled or restrained.
Yes.
So
So
is Fable. So is Stitch.
Fable is not. Fable's
worry
burned
about
away. So the people that are currently grappled and restrained are Stitch and Saride.
Okay, and both of them don't look great.
Saride looks worse. But
Barely.
Figured.
By percentage,
Okay.
by percentage, Stitch maybe looks worse. but based on their constitutions, Saride looks a little bit worse.
Yeah, that's because you had more to start with.
Also, like, to be fair, Stitch dies all the time. We cannot let her die because we need
That's
her.
not
Stitch
bad.
doesn't die. A hoe has kept him up this entire game. I will not be disrespected by you plebes anymore.
Smirched.
Hello, I'd like to pitch next week as Saride Appreciation Day, where we just, the whole stream is us just talking about how much we love her.
Well, Dozin is gonna have his priorities. Sorry, Stitch. And he's going to cast. Can he grab Saride?
yeah, she's grappled and
Grab
restrained
foot.
right now, but you can
Cool.
attempt to break her free if you want. You can touch her if it's to cast Cure Wounds. That's
That's
fine.
exactly what I'm
Yeah.
doing at level
Okay.
4.
Mm.
Thank you.
7 and 7 is 14, plus 6. 20 plus 4, 24.
24. Nice.
Yes,
That's
Megan?
24
Back to full.
plus 2, so 26.
26.
Thank you, 26.
Hell yeah, 26.
I don't know why I did that. And then bonus action. Shit. Oh, that's the highest spell slot I can do. Never mind. Just kidding. Because are we still doing the rule
Yes.
of you can cast up to your spell slot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the highest I can do. Okay, bonus action. I'm just gonna still have the shield, getting ready for more vines
Okay.
around.
Sounds good. At the end
Good for the
of
vines.
Thozin's turn, the Blight of the Wood is going to take legendary actions, and it is going to shoot needles at Sirach. Yeah, you watch as the branches sort of puff up underneath the bark. The bark sort of raises, and you can see sort of splinters of wood growing on the branches, and they just flap the branches
That is terrifying.
at
But so cool.
at
And a lot
Sirach.
better than what I thought, because I thought it was just going to be like a pine tree arm swings and the needles just come at me like kunai.
I mean, also that.
That
It's
too.
a free
Can also be
porcupine.
that.
So now with advantage, 10 plus 12, 22. That is
Just hits.
good. That is going to be 14 points. No. Yes, 14 points of piercing damage.
14 points of piercing. Thank you, 14.
Okay. Who's up next?
Clever Stitch.
Clever Stitch. Do it.
So I'm restrained. Yeah.
You are. Yeah. Can't have you shooting. You're very dangerous doing that. That is.
Yeah.
It's a smart tree.
Yeah. I'm gonna do
It's
it
an
anyway.
instinctual tree at the very least. Doesn't have to be bright to know that guy hurt. And
That's
we
fair.
don't want that to happen anymore.
I'm gonna shoot anyway.
Okay. With disadvantage.
Yep. Still sharpshooter, cause fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh God, are you fucking kidding? A
1.
natural 20 and a 2.
Oh,
The duality.
The duality of man. Oh, I apologize.
Bro.
Also, at the start of your turn, because you are grappled, the grasping roots do take effect. That's fine.
It's exactly the noise Clever Stitch was making.
Yep.
yeah.
Yes. Just with a slight British twang.
That is going to be 14 bludgeoning damage.
14, you said?
Yes.
Dice down! Oh no! Was it a Norse Foundry dice? Do we need to get some more with our discount?
Do we need to use the code
always.
REPRPG to get you 15% off of your next set of dice to replace this lost one?
So you can afford to lose more dice because you can always go and buy more dice.
You know what? I'll let you know. It was not one of the Norse Foundry dice because now I'm going to use my heavy metal Norse Foundry dice because it was too light. I had used the dice that was too light. It bounced away. If I had been using my Norse Foundry dice, would not have done so. So there
Your
you go.
regular
just
dice was not.
impressed by that whole thing, honestly.
Your regular dice was not worthy, so it
Yeah.
decided to,
Yeah, but this one's
It-
gonna kill us.
It made the decision for you.
It
That
yeeted
was
itself.
not worth it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Meg. That's what I was. Yes.
Okay, so I'm actually because that attack missed.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, there's not a second creature to attack. Never mind. I'll just attack again.
Do it.
Do you have? Is there an arcane shot that would let you target something else?
Yeah, I have, as an arcane archer, I recently gained the ability to use curving shot.
Okay.
When you use an attack action, when you make an attack with a magic arrow and miss, you can use your bonus action to re-roll the attack roll against a different target within 60 feet.
You know what? Because of the unique nature of this creature, I will allow you to do it because
Perfect.
it has multiple parts that can be hit. It is still going to be a disadvantage, though.
Yep, you got it.
Great.
There we go. A natural 20 and a natural 19. So that one will hit.
There you go.
Shitty damage, 17 damage. So then I will do my second attack.
Okay.
That's going to be a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Perfect. So that's going to be, much better. 24 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my action surge because fuck this tree, I'm almost dead. And I'm going to attack it 2 more times.
Okay.
That's a 16 on that one.
Hits.
23 damage.
Okay.
And then, that one's a natural 1.
That's gonna miss.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it is going to. It's going to constrict on you because you keep hurting it, and it does not like that.
No.
So that is one legendary action for constrict with advantage. A 17.
Meets it, beats it.
Ooh. Ooh. Sad day. All right. Well, the Norse Foundry dice likes you guys because it rolled a 1.
Thank you.
So 12 points of damage.
Yeah, it
Legendary.
still does it. He's out.
Oh, no. Did you use your bonus action last turn?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Well, there you
To
go.
try and because I was like, I don't know how it's doing, but I'm doing a fuck ton of damage. Maybe if I just hit it for 4 times, I can kill it.
You
And then gambled poorly. So
Was it? It was a calculated risk, but boy, am I bad at math.
I was literally
Yes.
about to make that joke.
Wait. So what was the bonus action?
the bonus action was my curved shot or curving shot to try and re-roll my
Got
first
it.
miss.
Got it. Okay. All right. After Clever Stitch, who's up?
Sirach.
Next is Sirach.
Is it Sirach?
Sirach.
Okay. Okay. I got some fun things I can do. I'm gonna hold off on it because I'm gonna make a bet, and we're gonna see how that bet goes. And
What did we just say about calculated risks, man? We just had this conversation.
I'm good. I'm gonna make a bet. Okay. I'm going to get within 30 feet of the tree, like 30 feet of anything.
Got it.
Okay.
You fly down just a little bit.
And I will attack twice with my vicious longbow.
Okay.
So first attack is going to be a 5 plus 10 for 15.
Barely hits.
All right, I'm going to throw my planar warrior on that.
Okay.
And so that's going to be a D8, a D8, and a D6. Okay, so that's 6, 7, 8, plus 4. So that's 8 plus 4, so that's going to be 12 damage.
Oof. All right.
All of it force, if that's important.
As the force arrow hits, you watch as part of the... Ooh, something fun happened.
Oh, what? Yeah, what
Hey,
happened?
follower.
Hey, follower. Thank you, follower. Yeah.
Thanks.
The force arrow bursts through the trunk of the tree, and you hear it's like a roar, but it's actually sort of like the snapping of branches or like the felling of a log, and the roots release those who are still gripping them and recede down into the earth.
Reaction?
Sure.
I cast Featherfall on Stitch's body.
Okay, he's low to the ground. You can save it. Thank you. But good thinking. I appreciate that.
A, I appreciate that we're all having good instincts. B, I appreciate that you're not just letting us waste spell slots that we maybe need later. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
No, there's no point in that. Okay. So, Rock, is there anything else you want to do?
It looks like everything's good now, right?
Yeah, there's nothing for you to target. Yeah.
Okay, and I can tell that with my hunter's mark, like that faded, and I can't. So here's the thing: hunter's mark. When I kill something, I can move the hunter's mark to another target that's in combat, and so there's nothing for me to move it to.
No, that is not the case. It does not look like it's. You can't see it. All those trees have burrowed down beneath the earth, so you can't see it. But your hunter's mark hasn't. You don't feel the difference the way you do when something dies. So.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna come back down to the ground.
Okay.
I can't use my other attack because there's nothing to attack, and that spell is an action. So yeah, I am done.
Okay. After Sirach, who's next? Babel.
That's what I thought. So, while nothing is actively in combat with us right now,
What?
You
Well,
said.
let me actually at the end of Sirach's turn,
yeah.
as Sirach, as you touch down onto the ground, the earth itself begins to shake and quake.
That's
I
what I was like-
need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
I
But-
fail.
But we killed it. We made it dead.
Did we though? If this is a thing he made on AZM, it's a mythic level encounter at the highest. This is not one round worth of damage, no matter how good we are. I feel like.
Say dex save.
Dex save.
Okay.
DC 16.
13.
16!
Yeah.
Sorry,
Matt
order. I'm
failed.
sorry.
I am 18.
20.
Okay. Those of you that succeeded, those of you that failed, you're going to take 14 points of bludgeoning damage and you are knocked prone. The rest of you are going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. You are kept up. Cover Stitch, that is a death save fail for
Okay,
you.
is it just one or is
Just
it
one.
two?
Just one.
Perfect.
It's a critical hit is 2. And
Correct.
this is not a critical hit, it's an AoE, so it is just one.
Perfect. Thank you.
Normally it's critical because you're prone, you're unconscious. Anytime you would get hit would be, but an
Oh, because-
AoE, yeah.
Yeah, because it's an AoE. Got
Yeah.
it.
There you go. Fable, your turn.
Great. That was going to be my next question. Is I remembered you saying that beneath the roots there was like living roots that were not just the kindling top. So I'm going to make a choice.
Okay.
I'd like to work with me here.
Okay.
Through the roots though, can we kind of see that?
So, the living roots that have been moving have all receded underground. They are not visible. What you're looking at is mostly dirt.
Okay. Okay. I can't see it anywhere. Okay.
Dirt, frozen ground, frozen ice. It's now sort of all been broken up a little bit, but you don't have line of sight unless you can see through solid dirt.
No, not currently, but Fable's gonna, like I said, make a choice.
Great.
I am going to stand. Use half of my movement to stand.
Okay.
Use the rest of my movement to move farther away from my team. So that if it's targeting something with this thing I'm about to do, it maybe targets me and not the people who are already dead.
Right.
Because I need them to get up. And weirdly got health right now, so she pulls out the wand of fireballs. And she is going to aim a fireball at the ground. I think it's 30-foot range. 150 feet.
100, you can shoot.
I'm gonna aim it like 80 feet away.
Sure.
So we can see if the ground moves over there and if it reacts, but it's not on us. So, and with the wand, I can do wand fireballs. I have 7 charges, so I can, for one charge, third version, so I could do 2 charges to do 4, but since I'm just trying to kind of draw it out, I am going to cast fireball again hopefully through the ground. Hopefully it'll burn down and maybe hit something, but if not, it'll at the very least draw its attention over there, and maybe it'll flee, maybe it'll attack something, maybe it'll attack me. It's okay.
Sure.
First, 3rd level fireball at the ground over there, please.
Okay.
From the wand of fireballs.
So, the fireball goes off. You can see it starts to burn some of the other sort of frozen pine trees and things like that. They're also very wet and like live dirt, so it doesn't really do the same. Does not look like it penetrated the ground very much, but but yeah, there it is.
That is totally fine. That was action and movement. Bonus action. I am going to try to a weird request just for a minute if I can. If I can bonus action, and my bracers allow me to cast cantrips twice back to back, so theoretically I should be able to do this twice. Would it be possible to shape ice a small wall around Stitch so that he doesn't keep getting grappled and damaged just for a minute? Like, can I just little barrier so maybe vines don't just hit him?
So you're gonna quicken the cantrip?
No, my bracer, illusionist bracers, allow me to use a cantrip twice automatically.
But it's an action to cast the cantrip, so you would use the action and you would get to do it a second time. But to benefit from it the first time, you require an action. Now, if you can quicken the spell, then you can pay those points to do that.
I will. I'm just trying to keep him alive, and I don't know how hard this thing is going to hit next, and I'm trying to buy everyone time in case it goes immediately and no one gets a chance to heal him.
Okay.
So yes, I will quicken it to be able to cast it now as a bonus action. I know you're on your way. I know. I'm giving you time to get on your way because I trust you. That's why I'm not blocking him. I'm just giving him a wall.
Sure.
That's what I got.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll call it a. I'll figure it out.
Partial cover or something.
Yeah, give you a partial cover. That works.
Thank you. That's
Who's
my
next?
turn.
Next, it's a ride.
It's a ride.
So I'm going to move up to Stitch. I'm sorry.
You're good. Nothing to be sorry about.
4th level Cure Wounds.
Okay.
$22. bonus action, Mantle of Inspiration, so everyone gets 8 temporary hit points, and if you want to use your reaction to use your movement, you can.
Can I use that to stand up?
You can use half of it to stand up, yeah. And then if you want to move more after that, you can. That's up to you.
Nope, I will just stand up.
Just gonna stand up where you're at. Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Thank you.
People should maybe use that to scatter.
Is anybody else moving?
I'm still in the air 30 feet away from where that... Oh no, I'm down.
You're
Yeah,
I'm
down.
gonna go back into the air. I'm gonna fly back up.
Okay, back into the air you go.
I'll move. Yeah, scatter. So I'll
Okay.
try to be as far as I can from everybody else as well, but still keep an eye on them.
Okay.
That
Sounds
within spell range,
good.
but not within we're all getting hit at once range is like very specific for these groups.
Sure, sure.
Like within 30 feet of everybody, but not in the same area.
Got it. Sounds good.
We are a wheel. Thosin is the spoke.
Anything
Next,
else
it's
to ride?
the dreams.
No, I do want to say that Barkskin is long gone, and I'm not moving. I'm staying by Stitch for a little bit.
Okay. Got it. So. Blackwood time?
Tree time.
Tree
Tree time.
time.
Free time.
Awesome. Emerging from the depths beneath is the... You can now see up out of the ground, sort of the trees that are naturally living there kind of topple and begin to bowl over, and you can now see sifting between the dirt, sort of shaking down between the roots, just the mass of corrupted tree-like entity that is a massive web, sort of a giant twisting spaghetti of knots and branches and trees and evil coniferous things. So it is on its turn. Got some new mythic actions, but it's not interested in those right now. We are back to branching and grasping. Branching and grasping. Branching and grasping. Branching and grasping. So we're gonna go with Fable, Branch, Clever Stitch.
All the way out where I am.
Yeah.
But just making sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
sure if it was.
So this creature stretches out beneath
Yeah.
all of you.
I wanted to
even
make
as-
sure because
even as you
sometimes
move-
distance is an issue.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it is Titanic.
Fuck.
It is the most of this forest. So
Who has ice magic?
Um,
I do.
Oh, beautiful.
So, it is going to be Fable, Branch, to ride. I don't know. Let's see. Who gets my next branch?
Roll it easy.
Weirdest rose ceremony ever.
Yeah. So ride, Branch. So that means Thosin and Clever Stitch, you guys get the grasping roots.
I'm so honored.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah. I see what
Are
I
we-
did. I see what I did.
are we-
with all of these.
Are we rolling to a save of some kind?
I'm rolling to attack.
Oh, good. Okay,
Yep.
I'll just sit here.
All right. So, Clever Stitch, 17.
Meets it, beats it.
Grappled restrained. Fable. Ooh, 14.
Because of my mage armor, I'm at 15.
Aha. The ride. $14.
Beats it, beats it.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Somebody hug her!
The tree's about to. It's okay.
No, I meant in real life.
Oh, those in at 30. Thousand, grappled and restrained.
Oh yeah, 30. Yeah.
30,
No,
just
that
casual.
misses. It's a weird high-low where if you're above a 24, you miss.
Yeah.
D&D's crazy,
It's
right?
weird. That's a second edition rule. I know it.
Fucking Thaco.
So the only person that takes damage that turn is Saride, and she is going to take 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, and bonus action, bite Thousand. 20
Coughs up more blood.
to hit Thousand.
That misses.
Does it?
AC's 21.
Hey, okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, that was with advantage, too.
That's
Great.
great.
Yep. Nice. There you go. New round. Hey, I got a decent number. 9. I think it's everybody, then me, then Thousand.
Up first is Sirach and Fable.
Rock, you're up first.
Yep.
All right, I will fly around to this gnarly mass of roots and anger,
Mm-hmm.
and I will let loose two shots into it. It still has my hunter's mark on it, correct?
Yes, it does.
Beautiful. First shot is going to be a 15 to hit.
Barely hits.
All right. I'm going to put my planar warrior on that, so that'll be 2d8 and a d6.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's 6 plus 2 for 14 plus 4. So that's going to be
18.
obviously 18 force damage. And then the second hit is going to be 10 plus 10 for a dirty 20.
Yep, that'll hit.
That'll just be a d8 and a d6 for 4 plus 4, 8 damage.
Okay.
And I think that is the lot. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Plus 4 is 8. At the end of your turn, it is going to make a constrict attack against Clever Stitch. 19 to hit you, Clever Stitch.
Yeah, that hit.
That hit. It didn't hit last time, did it? No. No, it didn't.
Oh, wait, what?
No. Sorry.
It
That
didn't
was,
attack, it just restricted.
Correct.
you are not grappled. Who's grappled right
Yes, I am.
now? Oh,
Yes,
you
I am.
are.
Yes.
Oh, then it's going to grapple. Then this is against Fable. It's trying to add people to the grapple. So that is a 19. So that'll hit. And you are going to take 16 points of bludgeoning damage. You are grappled. It's going to take the 5 points of fire damage, and you watch it struggle to hold on, even as its roots burn. Okay?
Got it.
So Fable, it is your turn.
Yes, it is. Meg, check your messages when you get a chance. I have a question for you.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good. All right, I'll wait on that then. Just for clarification, this living forest doesn't count as a creature quite, does it?
It is. Yeah. It's
Cool.
a creature.
I would like the forest to make a wisdom save, please.
What is the effect? Okay.
Polymorph?
No. Okay. Yeah. So it is a wisdom
People are
saving.
dying. I'm gonna make it. It's not going to work, but
17.
Shit. Okay, yeah, no, it didn't work. That's fine. I was willing to try it.
Oh,
it's okay.
Hold on. It is. I apologize. That was the wrong save that I read. So that is a. So it's a 9, but it will use its legendary resistance.
Fuck off. But hey, at least I'm burning through those.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Listen, I'll burn through that shit. Fine. That was a long shot anyway, but it was a threat to it, so I didn't turn it into a turtle, which was my
Yes.
plan, by the way. I had stats pulled up. I was ready. So that's fine. I am then going to instead go, okay, well, great. That's that for that turn, isn't it? I'm going to once again quicken. I am going to quicken a that's a mistake. I'm not going to do that because it'll kill all of us. I am going to quicken a chromatic orb. It's more focused and it doesn't have the splash damage that a fireball does.
Okay.
I'm going to quicken a third level chromatic orb.
Okay.
This son of a bitch. Let me roll.
You have disadvantage because you are restrained.
I do have disadvantage. That's okay.
Okay.
I'm going to use my first luck of the day. And it paid off. Okay. All right. Let me 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Great. Amazing. And that's a third level chromatic orb. So that is 5d8 plus I get extra fire damage because I am making it a fire chromatic orb, obviously. And we have time to plot 4. I'm going to roll an extra one of these.
Go ahead.
$18, $19, $21, $22, $23, $24 plus $25, $26, $27, $28, $29. 29 points of damage, of fire damage.
Okay.
I see the D4. I'm scared.
So, it has a decision to make. I don't know what it would do in this instance, because it really wants to make you all embrace the black wood, but but burning is bad for it. It is in fact vulnerable to fire. You watch as the fire catches, burns very quickly. So, if it is a 1, a 2, or a 3 in reading order of my grappled people, it will use Burning Stake. So instead of taking double damage, it'll take the 29. The other person will take the 29 fire damage. On a 4, it'll take the full damage, and then on its turn, it'll use legendary actions to make you embrace the Blackwood. You're going to embrace the Blackwood either way. It just depends on...
I don't like that cult-like mentality.
On if it doesn't... It's just a fun name for something actually pretty simple.
What if we're already embracing semi-green wood?
I'm going to use...
You could talk into it.
It's red. It's fire. Here we go. Three. Ooh. That's about as good as it could go for you guys. So, Thozen... You are going to take 29 points of fire damage.
But halved.
Halved. Yep.
Oh, that's right. It's
Halved to 15. Yep. That is why, and you are no longer grappled. That is why it is. It is about as good as it could go for you guys. At the end of Fable's turn, it is going to use 3 legendary actions or mythic actions to embrace the black wood. So I need Clever Stitch and Fable to... You guys are the ones that are grappled. Need you to make DC 16 Constitution saving throws.
Big boy time. Big boy time. You said DC 16?
Yep.
I have a +7 on this. Come on, buddy. We don't have to get that high. 14 plus 7.
Okay.
Nice.
Modified 20.
Okay. Nice. So you guys are going to take 30 points of bludgeoning damage reduced to 15.
Good God. Fable's fire, which is usually burning very, very blue, is starting to look red.
Okay.
It is a blood-tinged flame that makes it look actual fire red instead of the blue and purple that it usually is.
All right. After Fable, who's up?
Saride.
Right.
Fuck. So. Fuck. First of all, Mantle of Inspiration, 8 10 hit points for everybody. Let's get that the fuck out of the way.
Okay.
Them's what can move. If you want to, you can.
Thozen and Sirach, would you like?
I was about to say all
would
two
you
of
like
them.
to move?
I'm pretty much out of reach at this point, so I'm just gonna stay where I am, kind of hovering.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of be centered on everybody.
Okay.
So.
All right. So you do move. You move to put yourself towards the middle of. You're splitting the difference because Saride and Clever Stitch are still next to each other, as far as I understand. And so Fable had moved off to the side. You had kind of triangled on them. You kind of come up to split the difference in a line. Great.
Yep.
Next Saride.
I'm going to. He's next to me.
Clever
So I will
Stitch.
touch Stitch.
Mhm.
And just panic scream into his face. A third level cure wounds.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love your elegant
19.
dancer lady.
She's not the dancer, that's Fable. She just starts doing the opening to Immigrant Song.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
You got that right, 19? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And everybody else got their 8?
Yep. Okay. After Saride,
It's the trees.
it's the trees. Got it. So, back to the multi-attack. It is going to try to Grasping Root, who is not currently grappled. Well, we can't reach Sirach, so Saride and Thozen, we're going to Grasping Root you guys. Saride, 22. Thozen, 21.
Ha.
Pizza, pizza.
Yep. So you guys are grappled and restrained? Grappled and restrained. I need to make that just the whole way across, because the fact that there's one thing where it's like grappled but not restrained, that's bullshit, Cody. Why did you do that? That was a design flaw. This is why we test them.
Yeah, this is why you play test your monsters.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Clever Stitch and Fable. Branch. Whacka whacka. Clever Stitch with advantage, 23. And Fable with, natural 20. And she'll use her ability, her reaction,
Yes.
that she had already mentioned. But so we will do normal damage for that. So, so that is 22 points of damage to each of you, making it the same so that Clever Stitch, when Fable comes back, you can let her know. Okay.
She's out.
She's
out.
unconscious. Okay. I will say, because it is whacking her.
Wait,
She'll
no,
burn
she's
it.
not. She had 8 temporary hit points. She's got
She
like
did.
3 points left.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Listen, I'm committed. I'm a professional. I read along as I take my bathroom break to make sure I know what's happening.
Okay. Good.
Speaking of which, I have important things because I got hit. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. 22 damage.
Yes. You had gained 8 temporary hit points. You got a critical hit. I assumed
Yeah, I
you
did the
wanted to
thing. I
use
saw.
your reaction, and
Yes.
you took 22 points of damage.
I thought I was at 0. I'm not, so my thing doesn't matter. Carry on.
Great. Sounds good. Bonus action. Ooh. Which one of you does it think is the biggest threat? The fire had hurt it.
I was about to
bad.
say the one that keeps being on fire, probably. Like, I ain't even mad. I
Yeah.
would hit me.
Well, you and Clever Stitch, although Clever Stitch's effectiveness has taken a dip recently. Being unconscious does that. This is not
I mean,
meant to
also
be.
being grappled and restrained and not wanting to give up an action to be able to get out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Stitch, this forest is throwing shade. Ooh.
Okay.
And he's gonna die because of it.
All right, one or two, Clever Stitch. 3 through 6, Fable.
I like how you do the odds there. Like,
Yeah.
That's a good division. That's a very good way to choose these things. It's like probably me, but it might be him. So
2/3. Yeah,
or
2/3.
like
Yeah, it's an interesting way to do it.
I like it.
6, so Fable. It is going to bonus action Bite. Chomp it. Rising up out of the mass of the noodly mass of branches and twisted tree-like limbs. That is a second natural 20. A mod of a 4 and a natural 20.
Let's fucking go.
So.
Y'all about to see some shit from Fable you've never seen before because this has never happened to her.
Yeah. So, that is going to be 3d8 maxed, which is 8, 16,
She has
20,
3 hit points. I'm out. Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
What is your hit point maximum?
59.
Okay. So, that matters.
No,
because-
I know.
yeah.
For that, I just letting you know. Like.
Thank you. So, 24 plus 6, 30, plus 8, 38, plus 9, 47. So it does not hit your maximum or over. It would have had to roll like near max to do it. But
Yeah.
it theoretically
It could have.
could have, if it maxed with its plus 9, it could have one-shotted you with your 3 hit
Oh, yeah.
points left. So,
So,
go
as Fable falls to the ground, thank God I ran away from everybody because this would have killed all of you. If you are reduced to 0 hit points, you can use your reaction to draw on the Spark of the Phoenix. You're instead reduced to 1 hit point, and each creature within 10 feet of you takes fire damage equal to half your sorcerer level plus your charisma modifier. However, if you use this feature while under the effects of your Mantle of Flame, which I am, this feature deals fire damage equal to your sorcerer level plus double your charisma modifier, and your Mantle of Flame immediately ends. So I fucking flame rage on just the forest around me briefly. So that's 8 plus 5, 13. Oh no, double my charisma modifier. Sorry. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, because it's just the and then the Mantle of Flame is an extra 2 twice, so we were deciding with the Fire Adept thing.
I was counting your
19.
Mantle of Inspiration as 5.
As 5. So then 10 plus 8. So 18 fire damage.
18, it is vulnerable. It doubles up to 36. It is going to, however, it is going to Burning Stake. We're going to do... That's whenever it takes fire damage, it can share it with people that it has grappled.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know that was what it was called.
That's what it's
I thought
called.
this was
Neither did I.
I thought it was a fun new thing that you were like, and
Same.
I don't know, Hail Mary, let's fill out some new shit. What the fuck else you got in the bag, Cody? Just empty it out now.
It lights
Let's go.
itself on fire
Yeah.
and shanks a bitch.
I just
That's
wanted
a
like a
fucking
ribeye.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get us out of here. I have one trick.
You're
I don't
good.
think ice is gonna help.
No,
You're good.
You're good. So it does take the full 18.
Doubled.
No. It's going to... So it would have been doubled. It can share half of that.
Yeah,
Essentially. But when it does it, it ends the grapple. So that is going to be 18 points of fire damage to Thozen. He's going to reduce it to 9 because he is resistant. Thozen, you are no longer grappled. And I will say, Fable, you are no longer grappled because you went unconscious. And it... and then you did a big fire thing. Like, that's fine. It'll re-grapple you in a minute.
Great. Amazing.
Is anyone falling?
I have 1 hit point, but
1.
but from that fire, I don't think that killed anybody of the team.
No. Is anyone physically as they're
No.
being ungrappled? Okay.
No. They are a foot, nothing of damage. They're slumping to the ground.
Just checking.
Thank you
Wise.
for checking. I appreciate.
She's ready with that feather fall. She's locked and loaded on that shit.
Yeah, and
Listen, like 3 people have gone unconscious in the last 15 minutes. So
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
I appreciate the visual of like the poison ivy vines that are like flailing people up and around and stuff like that. I really do. So that wasn't quite what I had in mind, but I love that. That's where the mind went.
That's just where I go every time you're like, a tree has you grappled. In my mind, it immediately is like, all right. Whee!
Yeah, whee!
I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, it's
You're my apple pet now. What the- I
yeah,
don't know.
exactly.
See, I go to the Devil's Snare from Harry Potter. That, like, especially because he said there's stuff beneath it, I'm imagining we could do the just relax and sink below it kind of thing. Like, so I'm imagining that for grappling, like it's wrapping up and choking us from the ground. But that's because I'm a huge fucking nerd.
Both are valid. It's not anything. After Fable, so that was, hold on.
It was trees.
That was the tree's mythic action. That was Embrace the Blackwood, right? No, that was the tree's regular turn.
Yes.
Yeah, who's up? Those
It's me.
It's
Nope,
Clover
it's
Stitch.
me.
Great.
Yep. And I started blasting. So he's gonna start blasting.
Do it.
Can I offer you an egg in this trying time?
Clever Stitch right now. So, all sharpshooter.
All right.
At disadvantage.
All the time.
Because fuck this goddamn tree. Why have I literally rolled 4 natural 20s with goddamn disadvantage? Are you kidding me? It's still an 18 to hit, but so many goddamn wasted naturals. I've never rolled this many natural 20s in my life. What the fuck? Okay, second attack. A natural 13 for an 8 for a 19. Third
Sure.
attack with my bonus action is going to be a 15 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
So do all. Oh,
Yep.
perfect. Okay, so all 3 damage at the same time. Oh, nice. Okay, so 10, 17, 20, 50 points of damage all up.
Nice.
Beg
And
your
it is
fucking pardon.
magical.
And
That
you
is-
didn't crit?
Correct.
That is showtime.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
By 8
I
points.
don't.
It had 42 points left.
Lit. I don't know. It doesn't have any squishy parts for me to shoot through.
It
So,
doesn't. No.
I don't know. Just I shoot it.
Yeah, as the barrage of arrows sort of thunk deeply into the gnarled roots of this blighted blackwood, you hear the loud sort of echoing thunderous knock of arrows notching into like heavy dense wood, and it sort of ripples and echoes, and you feel those tree bits go slack and begin to release down off of people. There's this great sort of sinking sensation as the wood and the roots beneath, which had already been sort of blackened and ashened, if you remember the description of those trees before, sort of crumple into a fine black ash of decay and black energy sort of sinks out and away. The wind catches it up and carries it. You sort of choke on it for a moment as though the smoke. You were suddenly in a not like a fire, but in like a smoky kitchen, right? Yes.
Is there any way that I can catch some of it
Sure.
and keep some weird, gross, decayed tree ash?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
Lit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go. Anybody, if you want to try to catch it, make a survival check for me. Yeah.
Oh, survival. No.
17.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Order. My bad.
We're all trying to remember. Yeah, you're good.
A 12.
12. Okay. Fable.
Oh, I base 2. I'm not catching shit.
Okay.
20, not natural.
Okay. So we will call it so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 4. We'll call it 4.5 pounds of ash. I don't know, like vials,
Okay, yeah.
beakers. You know.
Yeah.
We'll call them potion bottles. We'll call them 5 potion bottles of ash.
Cool.
Right,
Thank
sort of
you.
the little beaker shot sort of things. All right, guys. You know what? That's a great place. We're going to take a break. We're going to, unless there's something immediate that we need to do before we jump in. Okay, great. So we are going to take a break. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We are going to see you in, let's say, 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. But until then, stay tuned.
Reason
Sorry,
they cannot.
guys. Let's do that all again.
I just noticed the.
I didn't click the volume on. That's my fault.
But our viewers stuck around through it, and they didn't mind, so they're still here.
Thank you, Neon Politics. So, real quick, Cody Stone, go.
Matthew playing our Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi Arcane Archer.
Caitlin Fable Frost, the Phoenix Soul Sorcerer, Ice Genasi.
Megan Fenner, the fucking healer.
Eric, the Eric Harker Rising Walker Ranger.
1000 Fahrenheit. Carlos, 1000 fire attacker taker thing.
Those are the
Nailed it.
not healer.
There it is.
Nailed
We
it.
only have 2 intros in us a night. That's it.
Yeah.
Have to do them again and we're screwed.
Yeah, the
That's
third
it.
one we're done. Sometimes 2. Sometimes we barely have 1 in us.
It's true.
It usually starts with how it starts. Thanks, Stitch.
Well,
Okay,
you know
yeah.
what? I just wanted to throw in a little extra flavor, see if you guys could recover. Clearly not. I'll try and keep the boat up.
I do
Listen,
appreciate it.
I just had bad improv comedy flashbacks, okay? I was just, my scene partner's unreliable, and I just got something I don't know how to do.
It's for me that was the theater rehearsal where they're like, all right, we're gonna do a speed through now. Everybody go as fast as you can.
Those were my favorite rehearsals in the world. Pacing rehearsals or Italian read-throughs gave me goddamn life.
Oof.
Y'all
He-
crazy.
I was about to say, because I'm a crazy person.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys have just defeated the Blight of the Black Wood. Ooh, maybe we have less exciting music now. That's a good idea. Go, Cody. Change the music. There
Music
it
power.
is. So, you guys are in the woods far to the north in Lickdrocht. You are still a few days away from what was the need to update that. What used to be the Hobgoblin capital. What would you guys like to do?
Is
I would
Fa-
very much like to short rest.
Yeah, are you still on fire?
No, I'm not on fire anymore. When you do the Phoenix thing, it's one big explosion, and then all the fire stuff goes away.
Do we feel safe to take a short rest?
I feel like we burned the entire forest to smithereens, and possibly nothing will come attack us in here because it knows this thing existed. So maybe.
I think we're fine. Only because we were always told just to avoid this because the Earth was bent to the will of the hobgoblins, and if we've defeated that Earth, then we're probably fine. For now, at least. Not long-term fine, but we're probably fine to take a couple hours, at the very least.
I wonder what the hobgoblins gave this thing in order to control it.
Sometimes with the way that Lichtdrocht works, if you put energy into something, that's all it needs to be able to be wielded sometimes.
To be sentient and murderous, you mean?
Also that.
Is it possible that hobgoblins started to claim it as their own when really this thing sort of predated them? Because this was ancient and terrifying, I feel like. I don't like to think they have that much power at their disposal, but if I'm wrong, this is good to know that they have this kind of power just in general. Good, excellent.
Sarai's gonna pull her sitar out and start playing Song of Rest.
Okay. You guys settle in for a short rest. If you roll any hit dice, let me know.
Song of Rest, that's an extra D8.
I'm checking, hold on.
The 6, I believe.
It's a 6. And I have to roll it? Or do y'all roll it?
No, Meg, you roll it, and it's the same for everybody.
It's
Are we free to roll our hit dice?
Yes, yeah, go ahead. Roll them all on your own. Just let me know where... you get +1 from Song of Rest.
So you said you wanted to know if you did it or how many?
Just how many hit dice
you
you spent.
Okay, oh, sorry.
You're good. I got you 2. I got Eric's 1, 2.
I rolled 5 of my 8 hit dice, and I healed back 34 hit points.
Got it.
That 1 for the Song of Rest is total, not per hit die, correct?
Yeah, 1 total.
It's been a minute since I barded, thank you.
I too have rolled 5, and I have healed back up to 64.
Okay. What I'm going to let you guys know is that because you are in... there's something we started at the beginning of the game we haven't used a lot of, when you're out in a dangerous place. So tonight, because you are in a place that is like actively dangerous, the planes are moderately dangerous. Like you can see things coming. You know what I mean? I don't mind giving you guys those long rests in the travel through that. But I'm gonna say when you take a long rest tonight, you will have to choose between recovering half your hit dice or recovering your like spell slots and long rest abilities. Some of you that's an easy choice. For some of you it is not. So you rolled 6 dice.
I've forgotten about that. Thank you for bringing that ability back.
It's something that we haven't used in a while, and when we're doing a lot of travel and exploration, it's one of the things that sort of limits, makes fights like this still be meaningful in the days to come. And that's something I like. So especially when you have a big encounter, like the day before. That way we're not trying to crush this and anything else that happens all in one day. You know what I mean? It gets a little weird like that. So. You guys take your rest. You set do you set a fire? Or do you guys you chilling without the fire today? Or, yeah, it's not a long rest, so you guys, it's up to you.
rest.
Yeah, I vote no fire just so that no hobgoblins or anything find us. But if you guys feel safer with a fire to scare off the forest, then
I am the fire that scares off the forest. If it comes, I'm just going to self-ignite again, and it'll be fine.
No fire it is.
Okay. So, you guys take your short rest. Day is stretching on. You pick up camp, your brief camp that you have, and you continue deeper into the Blackwood. As you guys are traveling, the winter that is settling in. You guys are in late Savages now. The wind that ripples through you is bitter and cold. I'd like all of you to roll me a percentile, please.
Seven.
Okay.
40.
Okay.
I think 100.
Is it all zeros?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you? I mean, is the percentile 2 zeros?
So because it's the Norse Foundry stuff for their crits, they have symbols.
Okay.
So both of the symbols are up.
So
So the highest.
I would suspect that those are that's 100. You can look on both of them, see if there's one that has a double zero on any other part of it.
100 could either be really good or really bad here.
I don't think it would be a 90. Like, I don't think that would be the crit on it.
Because there is a 90 on there.
Okay, then it's 100. Then it's absolutely
100. This is like
100.
the second time on stream ever that anyone has rolled 100 on a percentile. I did it twice at home game. Yeah, I was about to say it was you.
21.
Because you're 100.
21.
91.
91. Okay. Very interesting things happening all around here. As you guys are traveling, the sun begins to set, and the crunch of leaves and snow has begun to be almost deafening to you as the rest of the wood has begun to settle in for the evening. You guys know that because you can travel at pace with Sirach's aid, if you press on, you'll need to make Constitution saving throws against exhaustion as you're getting into the night. But if you're about 8 hours travel from where you 8 to Sirach, make me a survival check.
I will do that. That is a 16 plus 6 for 22.
22. Okay. Yeah. So, Sirach, you do know that you are about 9 hours from where you think the camp is. Somewhere between 8 and 10 hours.
That's the Hobgoblin camp?
Yes, the Hobgoblin way station camp. You guys knew they had to have stopped within 3 days to regather supplies. And you think that might be where Wyatt is.
Are hobgoblins normally nocturnal?
Make a history check while I genuinely look that up.
Well, I find out.
That's an 11.
An 11. My instinct tells me you're not 100% certain. You know, with their military structure, they probably are equipped to do round-the-clock actions. I will say, you know that they are not light sensitive the way some orcs can be. But you're not 100% if they're naturally nocturnal.
Okay.
Oh, great. Well then, yes, Sirach?
Well, as of now, we're about 9 hours away from where I think their camp is. We could get there, but
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we won't be in good shape if we just push through and get there. Show of hands, who got fucked up earlier today? Yep.
DM, I have a question for you. I'm
feel
sorry.
better.
I got
Cody?
better. Yes.
Thank you.
I just realized that the natural explorers, I have advantage. No, my bonus is doubled for proficient skills when you make intelligence or wisdom checks.
Mhm.
So that's I said 22. It was actually a 25. I don't know if that changes any of the information.
I will say with a 25, you think you could shorten, maybe take a shortcut through a denser portion of the forest and get there in 8 hours. You don't have to do it tonight. You can do it tomorrow. But you read the signs and do sort of come away with a better mapped out plan.
Thank you. So, are we gonna try to sleep for the night then?
Dear gods of the woods and sea and sky and sand, please, yes.
How do we feel about doing part of the trip tonight?
Like, push forward another 2 hours and then sleep?
Yeah, like 2 to 4 hours, and then take a rest so that we're closer. But
Like when you're halfway and you're like, we could get to a hotel a couple towns over instead of stopping now for the night. Like, let's just get halfway to our vacation spot and just, like, park it.
although mechanically, we'll
If we're
get there at
pushing
the same
exhaustion,
fucking
then-
time. Because if we're gonna go for 4 hours, then we have to push back when we wake up.
That's actually
By
fair.
4
Exactly.
hours.
So basically, we may be asking the question, do we want to try to arrive there during the night? Or do we want to try to arrive there during the day? Or, like, what's our timing on arrival?
How are we all with dark vision?
I can now cast it on myself.
Okay. Then maybe we just show up during the day. So let's go to bed.
Okay.
I'm going to. I'm gonna see if I can. Hold on. Tiny hut.
Yay!
Also, I just realized that we have a game log in D&D Beyond where it's showing, like, Saride Landier, cure wounds, heal, 22 points. Like, I'd never seen that.
Brand
kinda
new
new.
feature.
Yeah.
It's cool. Let's try to get a bot. This is literally what I was asking for. If there was a bot that we could put in the Discord that did exactly this. Come
That's
on,
cool.
D&D Beyond. Give us an add-on that puts this in a channel we like so people watching at home can, like, follow along if they're not able to watch the Twitch live.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's all. Okay.
Perfect. So tiny hut.
Thank you, Tiny Hut. Oh my
I have a
god.
question about Tiny Hut.
Okay.
Because it's not concentration.
Right.
Just has to be around me.
Yep.
So, can I take a sleep in it?
Yeah.
Or do I have to be awake?
You don't have to be awake.
You just can't leave it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wasn't planning on it, but
But if you accidentally roll out the door, tiny hat gone. That's
All right, she'll just put Thosen on top of her.
I mean, no.
Feels right.
Sure. I mean,
No.
you can anyway. I'm not
I was
stopping
about to
you.
say,
He's like
I
a-
think that was going to happen regardless.
Oh yeah, because that's totally what we
for
do
everyone around.
Whenever we're on the roads. Thosen and I just fucking public around you guys, all the time. Yeah.
Your first adventures when you found out Saride was an exhibitionist, and just went downhill from there.
So yeah, Tiny Hut, do we still want to take watches? Because my vote is still take watches so that we see if there's anything near us / around us.
At the very least, like the last 2 watches, so we can wake up and not just suddenly be like, the tent is gone. Fuck, there's monsters. Like,
Well, I only need 4 hours of sleep, and I'm
Perfect.
healed up. So let me get a quick nap, and then I'll.
yeah, you could probably take the second half of the day and just be like,
Yeah.
total,
You guys can get some sleepies.
please.
I will still, just because Clever Stitch is paranoid, will still take the first watch.
Okay.
Fable's gonna pass the fuck out.
And I'm gonna take that second watch.
Okay.
And I'm gonna at some point wake up for a potential 4th watch. Is it 4 watches that we do normally a night? Then the last couple hours I want to be up with Saride.
Okay. That sounds good.
Sunrise date.
So that we can fuck.
Silently.
That's actually the true magic of Tiny Hut, is it is isolated sound barrier, so like no one's
Oh,
woken
it's fine. I
up
think
behind that door.
No, from the people outside, not from y'all though.
No, I've decided it's special, and
I
it-
can
You're
silent. It's
fucking
fine. You won't hear anything.
I won't hear it. Really?
Hey, it's a good use of the silence spell.
So
That's
I
always
know.
our spell slots
So-
on.
so-
If I need to fuck in this crowded tiny hut without them waking up, silence.
So watches?
Yes. You guys go ahead and make perception checks on your watches and use your passive perception as your floor, please.
Do you want me to do 1 or 2?
One check is fine.
So I use my passive because I rolled like shit. So 12.
Okay. Second watch.
21.
Okay.
27.
Nicely done.
And
What do my elf eyes see?
Everything.
Everything. Everything the light touches. Well, there's no light. It's a deep portion of the woods. You can see there's a fair amount of owls, under rodents, sort of things, animals that are. Sorry, let me rephrase. Small rodents that live in underbrush and things like that. A lot of animals, the nocturnal animals that live in this wood, preparing for winter, right? It's very natural. None of it is there. You think there might be something at one point that kind of spooks them a little bit. Nothing that seems dangerous to you guys. Nothing that is interested in your hut or any great danger to you. So seemingly without incident, your night passes. My favorite phrase that usually means exactly what it sounds like.
It's the most terrifying, innocuous phrase, other than you can certainly try. I'm like, fuck, well, we're dead.
Yeah. Now imagine if I rolled your perception checks for you and then said it.
No, nightmare fuel. We're so nice to you.
I know. You guys are.
I drink too much caffeine. Don't do that. I'll have a heart attack.
Hey, remember the jump scare incident?
I do remember the jump scare incident. That was not a good.
I haven't taken my pound of flesh for that one yet. It's coming.
Haven't you? Don't I owe you something for your own
Dun, dun, dun.
nonsense?
Oh no.
We're good. Oh, I love you, Panda. There's no pound of flesh.
Flashback to Megan. Flashback to. I like how you're all emboldened before the game, Megan. You'll notice I'm sitting here quietly. For those of you who don't know, several of us have been playing together for like 6 years now, and the stream's only been going for 3. But like some of us have been OG, like playing out at a bar and just have some backstory shit.
It's good times. You guys wake up in the morning, you gather up your things, you begin to set out across the forest. As you guys are going, is there any special preparations you guys would like to do or make or anything along those lines?
How heavily wooded is the area? Allah, can I be going from tree to tree, Tarzan Catman style?
I think the wood's pretty heavily. I think it's pretty heavily wooded, but can pine trees support Catman?
Yes, they can.
Branch to
I have
branch.
climbed a pine tree up very, very high before. They are pretty hella sturdy. They're often built in like a spiral ladder. They're ridiculously easy to climb, and they support up very, very high, up until the 8-9 foot mark is where they really start getting a little sparse. But yeah.
And Florida predator cats use them to sleep up in.
Yep.
Perfect.
I also, not that it matters, but at climb speed, I have one.
Yes. No. Climb. I was all for you. You climbing. What was my thing was like when you're going branch to branch, and I always think of pine trees as being like very floppy branched.
Like the Christmas trees,
Right. Yeah. So
those are artificially shaped, by the way. They don't always grow like that in the wild.
Yeah.
And the ones that survive, well done, Eric. The ones that survive a long time in, also, he jump scared in a game of D&D in real life because he used to DM in this little hallway, and then he slammed his hands on the wall, and half the table screamed, and I was so tired I just started crying. Or he alternatively just had a character yell really loudly and suddenly in an accent we didn't understand, and we all freaked the fuck out. That's how. Big DM engagement. The chat asked.
So yeah, no, I don't mind. But tell him, I'm good with that. So yes, you may Catman Predator tree up across there. Roll me. I'm good with your climb speed. I'm good with you jumping tree to tree. The branches can carry you. What I would like you to do is roll me a 3d12.
Tonight's episode, Stitch falls out of a tree.
I just wanted to be able to look at things and be high in the air.
A good goal. I
Do you
support it.
want these added together or
Yeah,
as
add 'em
individual
together.
rolls? 28. I rolled
28.
2 12.
Okay. Yeah. So what I will say is that because the type of thank you for the sub or follow or the super blingy noise that happened there. I appreciate it.
Follow.
Yay. So as far as I understand, pine trees, when they get tall, and these are tall, as we have openly discussed, not a lot of branches down low. Like, so you're about 30 feet in the air, jumping from tree to tree. So just that's what I was looking to establish.
Gotcha. Sounds good. I like it.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like to do in preparation of your things?
Yeah, I'm auto casting mage armor on myself, just by the way.
Okay.
So you know.
Yeah. Sounds good.
We're not in there yet, right? Like we're still about to go there, or we just got there.
You have not arrived yet, so you are en route. You can
Okay,
wait
I wanna-
until you're closer to. That's fine.
Yes.
Eric, you had something?
I was going to say at about like 45 minutes to 30 minutes out, as best as I could tell, I'd probably like to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. That sounds good. With Pass Without a Trace, why don't you guys as a group make me stealth checks?
It's a plus 10 on that.
34. Yes, plus 10.
Then 23.
17.
With a plus 10?
17.
Oh.
Right. That'll be 28 for me.
At disadvantage for me, that's a 29.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah, I rolled a 20 and a 19.
Congratulations. Nicely done.
Matthew's up there like, fuck you.
I'd like to think it's because I went backpack on him,
Uh-huh.
so I'm muffling the sounds.
That's, yeah. Whereas for you, that it's just bouncy and uncomfortable. Oh, ow. What are you doing?
Well, it's bouncy and very comfortable, and that's the problem.
Okay. You guys are moving very stealthily through the trees, weaving in and out of these things. Clever Stitch, you have a high vantage point. Sirach, are you flying or are you walking?
Well, now that you ask, I don't know. Let's no, I'm gonna be flying.
You're gonna be flying? Okay.
Yeah. I'm up in the trees with Stitch.
Okay. Clever Stitch and Sirach, Tweety and Sylvester, please make me a perception check. You can have advantage. Use your passive as a floor.
19.
19.
25.
25. Nice. You guys are both able to see a scouting party. You guys are about I'm going to say, you estimate a little less than an hour. You might be a little more, but you did pass without a trace at the best chance that you could. Right? You had started to see evidence of hobgoblin activity. The tracks became thicker. They became easier to trace. You can see the sort of paths, not quite roads, and you notice that they don't overuse them, but there are easier places where they clearly walk through. You know what I mean? And you know that since the hobgoblins are a military unit, most of the time that's their society, right? They travel in units and groups, dozen or more. You've been doing a great job of avoiding those areas and traveling quietly. And it's at the point where it gets denser that you guys do use your pass without a trace to begin to move quietly throughout there. Sirach and Clever Stitch, as you guys are going, you do spot down below, I'm going to say about 90 feet, and on the other side of some pretty thick underbrush. A group of what looks like 4 or 5 scouts. The bugbears are moving very quietly, and they're sort of scouting out ahead, and then you can see there is what looks like one type of hobgoblin, I think you guys may have actually fought one of these before. Hobgoblin mage that you fought in the Temple of the
Under the
Stone King
mountains.
Yeah.
under the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Shit.
And a couple of hobgoblin bodyguards for him.
Do you guys let us know that they're there?
Nah, I
Yeah,
figured
I'm
out your
gonna-
own self.
Cool. So that's what I thought. I just wanted to. I didn't want to assume the sharing information mentality. Maybe this is the day that Sirach turns on all of us and just lets us walk into trouble.
I'm gonna like, while I'm up in a tree, break a branch and chuck it to get your all's attention.
What?
The fuck?
Scouting party.
Oh,
Are we trying to ambush them and like fight from here, or are we gonna try to go by unnoticed?
we're
I will
going to
defer
have to
the rock.
fight them eventually to get Wyatt out.
That's fair. I mean, this might be a good place to do it. We've got cover in trees, and we can pick the playing field.
They also have a mage, like the ones we fought under the mountain.
Then definitely here. Yep. Alternatively, I could just set that entire section of the forest blazingly on fire and make all of them go the other way, and then we'll just go around them, and they'll never see us.
You don't think
Maybe we'd.
It's not the worst distraction idea we've ever had.
Also, forest fire, bad.
Hobgoblins with our friends and magic chess set, possibly worse. I'm just weighing options.
If we die in the fire because there's a giant forest fire and we're now 12 hours into the forest, bad.
Listen, you with your logic.
Who knows?
All I'm saying is I'm pretty well trained for the forest, and part of that training does require a forest to be there. So I'm gonna suggest we we maybe not set it on fire. But I think like an ambush could be done well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we could try?
We could certainly try.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm not the quiet person,
You notice
but
there's something in, like, even as she was talking, even though she was not necessarily aware of it, Fable's fingers just started sparking. And she was like, we could set the whole thing on fire. She doesn't notice, it just happens. And when you say no, it's just... it fizzles out.
next time I
Note
do.
for later.
Alright, do we want to lure them over towards us then? Or do we want to pounce on them?
I think maybe lure them deep in here. How far away are they?
Alright.
Like I said, they're about 90 feet away, and they are moving seemingly away from the camp, vaguely traveling in the direction that you guys had come from, but not along the same path. Like I said, you guys have done a very good job of stepping off the beaten path and trailblazing your own way.
Although, if they're leaving, and they have to travel at least 8 hours to get to where we fought the giant tree, maybe we just let them skirt past us. If we're not planning on taking down the entire hobgoblin army encampment, then the less we have to fight, the better.
That's a good point.
If we plan on decimating the hobgoblin population in the area, then we fight them. If not, I vote we skirt them, because I don't feel like committing mass genocide against hobgoblins.
I like that. I'm on board. I thought it occurred to me when you were talking about not decimating things. You kept that ash, right?
Yep.
Is there a possibility we could convince them or prove to them that, hey, we've destroyed your lord and master, maybe bow down to us? Just like walk our way in as the new champions of the wood.
I think that's a good idea. I don't know if it's their lord and master or if they're its lord and master. I think the second.
Well, then we could pledge ourselves briefly of we are the new champions of the wood or whatever, and maybe buy ourselves some goodwill, so they do. If there's a lot of them, just like keep it in your back pocket as a possible lie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I potentially have a slightly crazy idea, but it could work, depending on how wise they are. I have, and I pull the onyx gem that I have. I can try to incite greed, which, if they are not too wise, they would be charmed by this piece of onyx. How many are there? I don't remember.
About 5.
But as long as they're within 30 feet of this gem and they can see it, and if they're not wise, they potentially could be charmed and do nothing but simply stare greedily at the gem. Just know that the spell will end if they are harmed, or
I
if they
like
are
it.
wise.
I like it.
Speaking of which, Sarai, how many people can you charm at once? Like, I've seen whole audiences with the music, but just like, you've watched people sort of watch you in awe. Do you know how much you can do that at a time?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I'm really good with like 5 people.
Also worth considering.
All right.
So like nice intimate groups. That's a good setting.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. But, okay, so those are all plan Bs, I think. So we want to try to go in, skirt them if we can, find Wyatt and the chess set, and then get out.
Yeah.
It's plan A.
Speaking of which, Thosin, I think that you had mentioned at one point being able to scout out an item's location. Are you able to do that today?
Yes, I am. It has to be within 1,000 feet of me, and it cannot be, if I'm not mistaken, I think it cannot be blocked by stone of some sort of...
Like a foot of stone, 2 feet, like that kind of area, like common spell blockage.
No, I mean, I'm reading the spell now, and as long as... Oh, the spell can't look at an object through lead, a thin sheet of ice, block of direct path, or your object. Yeah, no, never mind. As long as it's within 1,000 feet of me, as long as there's... Oh, I thought that was me. As
Cat
long
fell
as
out of the
there's-
tree.
I thought that was me again. But yeah, as long as there's no lead or thin blocking me in the path, yeah, within 1,000 feet of me, I can locate it for the next 10 minutes.
All right. Maybe that's a kind of the way, the plan once we are in, to be able to find the chess set. I think.
Good idea.
And I'm loath to suggest it, but I think we should find Wyatt first.
I can locate creature as well.
And he is a creature.
If nothing else. All
That
right,
would-
then let's get this group now, and then see what sort of forces we're working with at the actual encampment.
So we are trying to hide and avoid these ones, and then if they come this way, we'll be ready to attack, but we're going to try to... Yeah, good.
Would you like me to activate locate creature? No? It's for the next hour.
Maybe, like, once the encampment's in sight?
Okay.
All right. We go carefully.
Okay. You let the scouting party pass. And they continue on their way. You give them a few minutes to make sure that they are safely out of sight and hearing range. You guys continue your travel towards the encampment. You notice a few things that are slightly different. The wood up here is, as you approach the camp, it feels like at some point probably that blighted black wood or some other sort of elemental had given this camp, or had modified the ground a little bit, right? What has normally been a very flat sort of region, you can tell that there's some stone supporting it and creating not a mountain by any means, but definitely a hill on which this encampment sits. There are the tall pine trees sort of rise up with it. You can see it a bit in the distance. You know, the hill is not super tall, maybe 20-ish feet, but there is sort of a sheer face on one side of it. The sheer face is, like I said, about 20 feet to the bottom of the camp. The camp is... there we go. The camp is has a deep set wooden sort of spiked fence along the other sides of it, and on the sheer cliff face, you can tell that there are sort of some wall spikes and things to discourage people from attempting to climb it. Right, the spiked logs are probably another 10-12 feet high. Looks like there are some sort of battlements, or not a battlement, but like a place for people to kind of walk around the outside edges and keep a watch. There is one main path. So the sheer face is about there you go. The sheer face is about 3/4 of it, and about a quarter of the way there's a winding sort of path up this hill, right? That leads to what you suspect is a gate. You have not gone up that way. That's a little bit of a. There's still some wood on that path, right? But it gets sparser. It's going to be a little harder to hide as you approach there. You are. I'm going to say you're within 1,000 feet. You do know that Wyatt is within the encampment. Okay. Details, just because we don't know exactly where you guys are at this point, but you know he's there. Okay. Make. As you guys are attempting to scout the area, okay, I would like we're gonna do a skill challenge for this. I would like, but first, I'd like a group round of stealth checks, please, just so we can establish.
Are we still pass
yes,
without
you
trace?
still have pass without a trace. Yeah, I'll give that to you guys. That's not a problem.
Even with that, I'm going to use a luck because I don't want to be the thing that fucks us over if I don't have to be.
Sure.
Natural 20 for a 38.
Nice.
$29. It was going to be... I had rolled a natural 2 originally, so 29 is better.
16.
Okay.
Still better than what mine would have been.
36.
Okay.
At disadvantage, 27.
Ooh.
I know, 17 and a 19. I'm rolling them on D&D Beyond, and you can be my witness.
Saraid's mad at you. You're supposed to be here to be the loud one so that she can be stealthy.
So that she can be, but now you've become the
Surprisingly,
stealthy one and the healer. What is she? What is left?
Oh, she's gonna.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm
no.
kidding.
I'm gonna take a level on Bard.
I- Well, I'm gonna, oh no, Cody, the house is on fire. We have to turn off the
I
stream
think-
right now. Megan's coming over.
Ladies-
Joy's coming off.
She's going
Ladies
to come
and gentlemen, if you would like to come see a therapy session regarding this week's session, make sure to stop by on Thursday for the archives, where we will talk about all things that happened and also talk about how there is more than one healer in this group.
Eric, you started this. I want you to be very aware of that. You are the
100%
only
aware.
person who was talking shit about me not being a healer. So this is all you. Therapy session, my ass.
I mean, we can talk about it. That's what therapy.
Oh my god.
No, therapy is much more than that. We really admire our mental health workers. Blah blah blah. Disclaimer.
That we do.
That,
yeah.
but also, it now feels from now on Thursdays are going to be a battle royale between Saraid and Sirach just to like work out real world issues.
So, you guys are doing well on the stealth front. You know, we're doing this as a group. You're working together. Okay. So, it's a skill challenge. Fail conditions are the hobgoblins spot you or discover traces of you. Okay, because you guys beat my DC 4 times. If you fail 4 checks, that's when it'll kick in. Okay. Roles that we're interested in here. You can use history to try to figure out what sort of goblin or behaviors that they may use right on an outpost like this. perception checks, just trying to get high, get places, spot, try to take like a count or a number or see who might be in charge, right? You can also use investigation checks, nature checks. If you want to use a sort of physical skills, athletics, acrobatics, you would need to succeed to give somebody advantage on their other check, but you won't gain knowledge specifically from using those. Okay? Are there any other skills that people think might be beneficial at this point?
You, Eric, go.
Survival or stealth, or because we use stealth.
So we've done a base stealth check that determined how many times people can fail before something bad happens.
Yeah.
Okay. So stealth is out. We've already done that. I will take survival. For reading tracks and traffic patterns and things like that. Clever Stitch and then Fable.
Insight?
Yes. Yeah. I would like some insight if you're trying to gather information in like the psyche of these of the hobgoblins. I think that is good. I will say you won't be able to start with insight. If you get like history or nature or something that gathers you information, you can then interpret it with insight, and I will take that. Fable.
Because we know there was weird magic shit happening in the forest, Arcana?
It's worth
To
a
tell
try.
if there's any great, amazing, cool.
Sure.
If there's any kind of magical traps, enhancements, whatever that we may have to deal with.
I will say that's going to be a little more theoretical and a little less discovery sort of thing.
No, it's that, or I give someone advantage with an athletics check, because that's the only skill I have that's not like a +1 or 2.
I think Arcana can provide some insight into things, right? What I don't want is for the Arcana skill to replace Detect Magic, the spell, or Find
I agree.
Trap. You know what I mean?
If people are okay with it, I can just I can try to do the acrobatics thing to then just give someone advantage, because I don't have, those are the only 2 skills that I really have good things to offer. Unless you want me and Soraya to go out front, perform, and distract everybody while you all scale the walls.
No, I don't want that.
Unless you want just Fable to go out and distract people while they scale the walls.
So, I know we normally go in reading order. Because this is certain things have to happen first before other things can, I will let you guys decide your order. And I know we're kind of breaking our normal operations rules, but I think for this, it's important. So, who would like to go first?
And if I do my acrobatics advantage thing, can I choose to do it after someone has not done well to give them another roll?
So you may want to do that first, and I would say it would give you advantage on things that are sensory based. So things like perception or investigation, or maybe even insight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want me to do that instead of the Arcana thing?
That's what I would do, honestly.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine with that. It's. I think it's the same plus. It's the same plus for Arcana or Acrobatics. It's the exact same modifier. I was just trying to, since Thosen said Acrobatics was one of his things, I didn't want to like take it away.
Athletics is one of
Athletics.
mine.
Then I wasn't taking it away, and I'm dumb. Okay. I will roll my thing.
Do it.
I love
Roll it.
you. $17.
Okay. 17. We are going to doing a 2d10 plus 5 for the DCs on these. 16. So that is a success. Yeah. You're able to give somebody advantage on, honestly, either perception or investigation at this point. So who's next?
I'm perceiving, yes?
You want to do perception? Okay, awesome. So are you gonna take advantage on that? Okay, sounds good. Let's do it.
Her smile.
$19.
19. Nice.
It was a 10 and 11.
Okay. So I rolled 2 8s plus 5, so that is a 21 on the DC. What I will tell you is this. You can see up around the scout, right? Up on the edges of the walls. You're able to count 6. They look relatively low. They're hobgoblins. They look lightly armored. Not you've had some encounters with hobgoblins. These seem to be more rank and file soldiers that are there. So you see 5 of those, but you do see one bugbear commander that he's a little older. He's kind of sharp-eyed, right? You think that guy. The other 5 probably not much of a challenge, but there does seem to be at least one guy there that is difficult. Okay.
I will share the news.
And who's next? Okay. Yeah, Eric. What are you rolling?
Oh, sorry. I am rolling survival.
Survival. Okay.
Oh, 12.
12. We'll see. 2d8, 10 plus 5. Again, double 8s on the 21. With your 12, Eric, I will let you know that you do see evidence in the tracks of members of the Pale Brotherhood. The light-footed, humanoid, elven, shoed, right? Not the heavy goblin feet or bugbear feet. You also see that there are a couple of goblin feet, regular tiny goblin feet. That is what you pick up on. I will say, as you are gathering this information, while you guys have gained the benefits of Pass Without a Trace, I'm gonna say you leave behind some broken branches, some evidence, some footprints, right? Little bird prints. That doesn't alert them that you guys are here, but they do recognize as being a little out of sorts. We're saying that this takes place over at least an hour as you guys are trying to move around this camp, gather the information about it, stuff like that. Okay? Who is next? Well, what I will let you guys know, while you have not completely, haven't failed for, you can stop at any time. The more checks you make, the more information you potentially gain, right? And that's why I'm trying to give you information even when you don't have a maximum, when you don't score super high, right?
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good threshold for this. Thosen.
I'll go. I'll use my Norse Foundry die.
Ooh.
That is a 23.
Ooh. Rolling very high.
Oh, for history. Sorry.
History.
I should've...
That is very high, and so the DC on that one was an 18. You do succeed. No further information gained by your enemy. Reviewing what you know about hobgoblins and their encampments, right? You know that following the fall of the tyranny, the hobgoblins became I will say cautious of outside influences. While they're happy to do business with members of other parties and groups, they don't invite contractors or they don't invite people that may be able to magically influence them into the capital anymore. And while the capital's population has diminished greatly because it is no longer sort of the central hub for hobgoblins, there are many different hobgoblin divisions. The central government of the hobgoblins is much weaker. You do know that this camp is probably one of those I won't call it like a mercenary camp, the staging ground, but this is most likely where this is the base they have for people that this particular tribe does business with, right? With that, you would know there is probably a dozen or so baseline soldiers, right? Dozen or so baseline hobgoblin soldiers. You guys have fought them before. You know that they are not. They were perhaps a challenge at the time, or at one point, but they are far less so now. So that is clear. The bugbears that you've seen, you probably suspect there's maybe 6 of them, right? And you know 2 of them just went out on the camping trip. You know, there are probably running for a mercenary thing like this that are more likely to be challenging four-ish hobgoblins, like commanders or chiefs or lieutenants, something up around those areas. You don't know how many devastators, mages that they may bring into a fold like that. You think because mages are less common among hobgoblins, it's just not something that they as a society they value it, but it's you know, certain cultures, like you have to be a doctor or a lawyer. In hobgoblin society, it's like you have to be a soldier. You have to be a soldier. Oh, you want to learn magic? I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, it's cool, but you're not like Gary, your brother is a soldier, so you know.
Maybe more like Gary.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's great. You're an electrician at Disney World. Your brother's a doctor.
Yeah. Exactly.
Eric, and this is a safe space.
I feel seen. I feel heard.
Oh. So you're not sure about the number of devastators. That's difficult to judge based on history. You've seen at least one. You know that there's probably a couple more in there. And I will say, if it is a big contract, if it is something that people are paying a lot of money for, you may have what would be in a normal military like a captain, like not quite a general, like a step back, a commander, right, of a unit, something elite, and you suspect that there is probably somebody, because this Pale Brotherhood has gone to pretty great lengths. So you suspect that there is probably one person that is up among that Pale Brotherhood level. Right. So to review, don't know how many devastators, how many mages. You know that there's one goblinoid up around that Pale Brotherhood level, right? You know that there's maybe 3 or 4 lieutenants, right? Not, it's their numbers that may be the problem. A dozen or so soldiers, 4-ish bugbears, and probably for a camp this size, you're looking at about 20 people plus. So you're looking at maybe 3 or 4 servants. And the camp's relatively big. Like it's not, they're not packed in there tight.
I was about to ask, it looks like a place where we could theoretically actually stealth our way through because there's not people crawling on every street.
Right. Yeah.
Like, this is a forest, like in Ferelden, bandit camp. They are scattered. There are a lot of them. However, they're not filling the camp.
Right. That I will say, yeah. There you know, somebody could potentially stealth their way through. You don't know how many prisoners you have. You don't know how dense that is as far as population goes. But if you're looking at 20 to, I would say, top end physical bodies in this camp that are not in cages, 20 to 30. Okay. And just to let you guys know, to put this in clear game terms, because you guys have fought hobgoblins before. So the reason I'm giving it to you in these terms is because you have this experience, right? Normal goblins, their armor's between 16 and 18, depending on their whether they're carrying shields or not, but they have about 10 hit points. Okay, so the baseline soldiers are not terribly strong. Okay, elites are around 40 hit points, right? You're not sure what that top end would look like, and for bugbears, about 25 hit points. But
Very helpful, thank you.
yeah, so there's a large number of them, but a lot of that number is not as threatening to you guys. You guys have dealt with them before, and you're much stronger than you were last time you did so.
Also, if we're able to spread out throughout the, I'll say this in character. Also, if we're able to spread out through the city, they shouldn't be able to use any kind of tactics on us or anything. They should be able, easier to take out if they can't flank us, and if we can kind of stab them in the alleyways instead of like taking on everyone in the streets.
Yes, but I would be much more comfortable if we stay together.
No, that's fine. I don't disagree. I'm saying if we don't end up, if we don't let them flank us and we just kind of pick them off and don't draw attention to ourselves, we might be able to just sort of, if someone comes upon us, kill it. I'm silent. Like, rather than going in and letting them swarm us, is my point.
Regardless, wherever we go, Sarai, I'm sticking with you. And I'm going to... Well, first of all, are we going in? Are we doing this? Then, if we are, then I'm going to bring in Sarai real quick and give her a quick kiss. And I am going to cast Warding Bond on her. So, you and I are now connected. There's a connection between us. You get +1 to your AC and all your saving throws. You have resistance to all damage. However, when you take damage, I will also take that damage. And you have to stay within 60 feet of me for this to stay up for the next hour.
Backpack.
And it's not concentration.
I'm King Kong!
Fan-fucking-tastic.
That is amazing. Where the fuck did that come from?
It's a cleric spell. It's just, it has its benefits,
Never heard
but
of that before.
it's called Warding Bond, but it has its drawbacks. That if you get hurt, I get hurt.
Magic. That was like the spell that was on the rings. Is
Can I-
one would get hurt, the other one would. We had that item once before, but it wasn't.
Can I still heal him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like you can still heal me, but
Oh, we're fine. We're fucking cherry, my dude.
and
Now-
then
yeah.
I'll message you if you need that information again.
When you say you take the damage too, do you guys split it, or you take the same amount of damage she gets?
I take the same amount of damage she gets, but she's resistant to that damage. So I'm assuming it would be, this is DM rule,
Yeah.
whatever the resistance is, because that would be the damage she gets.
Yeah. So essentially, what the spell does is if you take 10 points, if she gets hit for 10 points of damage, you both take 5. Yeah.
Okay, I was
So it
right.
almost splits
Yeah.
between the two of us.
And that's
Immunity.
yeah, because that's what resistance does. It reduces it to half, and you take what she takes, so it makes sense. It is 10:30. I don't know that you guys will make it through the camp in 30 minutes. Do you want to start, or do you want to call it a night here? If you want to change out party members for next week.
knowing that we have to change out party members for next week, and knowing that some of them are the least stealthy members of our entire party, and one of them is wanted by these people, Kez, I maybe want to see if we can get through it in a half hour and at least start, because if we have to deal with some shit now, we might have a better shot. But if not, I'm fine with whatever you guys decide. Because we've got to switch out before next week because of some scheduling stuff.
Great.
But while we have Carlos here, while we don't have Treasure as a target, maybe getting through some chunks would not be a bad plan, but that's my opinion.
Okay. Let's
team.
Let's do this. Eric, do you have the spell slots to recast Pass Without a Trace?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you will need to. So at your leisure.
I think we got this. Let's do it. Yeah, all right. Pass Without Trace, recast.
Okay. Are you guys sticking together, or are you splitting up in any way? Sticking together. How are you looking to enter the camp? Are you guys going to make the climb up and over, or are you going to attempt to do something to go in through the front gate?
My vote, I think we should climb. I can climb, Sirok can fly, we have a rope of climbing. I think that is the best course of action, unless somebody else has a very, very compelling argument as to how we can get into the front door unnoticed, not just charming people.
I also have a potion of climbing.
Feels like we're set to climb.
Hell yeah. Actually, Thousand, can you... Oh, the stone might fuck this up, but if you cast Locate Person or Locate Creature, maybe we can enter on the side that's closest to where Fuckface is.
Where Wyatt ends up.
Yeah, I could do that.
I will. Okay. With the spell, I can let you know that the looks to be in the eastern side, the northeastern side of the camp.
Can we get over there safely?
That direction.
Yeah, you can. I will let you know it seems to be slightly a little more frequently patrolled on that side of the camp, but you can make it over there. What I would like for this, I would like everybody to roll me stealth. Let's get that out of the way. Everybody roll me stealth with Pass Without a Trace.
35.
Okay.
$18.
15.
26.
Baby.
Natural 1.
Well, never
4.
mind. We're fighting tonight then.
No. It's a natural 1 plus 10 for 11 plus whatever your stealth bonus is.
But plus 2, but it's still a natural 1.
Yeah, but that's only for attacks. Natural
you can't.
1.
Yeah, you can't
Trying so hard.
fail skill checks.
Well, if it's like that, then it's 13, but...
There you go.
Okay. DC is 15. Who all succeeded? I know 2, 3, 4 of you. Great. We're going to do this similar to the other thing. Okay. Skill challenges, failures bring you closer to being discovered. Okay. Now, as a group, I need you to make. If you have a climb speed or a fly speed, you're okay. If you are using the potion of climbing, that is okay. If you are using the rope of climbing, I think it's like a DC 10 or 5.
I think it's the DC 5.
Yeah.
I will double check that.
Okay. So with the rope of climbing, I do need a check for whoever's using the rope of climbing. And I need somebody to declare they are using the potion of climbing if they are doing so.
I am going to use the potion of climb. Wait, how is Sarai getting up?
You tell me.
Rope.
It's an athletics?
Yes.
So
You take the potion, I'll climb with the rope.
If you tell the rope to knot, large knots appear in 1-foot intervals along the rope. While knotted, the rope shortens to a 50-foot length and grants advantage on checks made to climb it.
Okay. 50 feet is enough because you have to get over 30 feet, essentially.
And it's only athletics. We cannot use acrobatics for this, correct?
Correct.
Just
I'm
looking.
gonna definitely give Sarai the potion, Freudian slip. Sorry, and I will climb the rope.
Okay, so the two of you making the rope climbing checks, I need you guys to make athletics checks.
At
Yeah.
advantage.
Is that both of you?
It's not Sarai. Sarai's fine. She has the potion of climbing, so she's just Spider-Man climbing up.
Then I believe I'm using the rope as well.
That is correct. Yeah.
Just make sure.
Fable and Thoza.
Good, because my dumbass rolled a 1 and a 2.
It's at advantage for climbs?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good. That's a 10.
Okay, DC 5.
Baby.
With advantage?
Yes. I rolled a 3 and a 10.
Thoza?
Don't worry, I rolled a natural 1 and a 5, so that's a 9 at
Wow.
advantage.
Not just me, cool.
Okay. You guys, you're all climbing and flying your way up. You are timing this, the pattern of the guards as you're walking by. Okay, as they're taking their patrol, you guys have gotten up almost to the precipice, right? You're sort of, if they look down, they might see your fingers or like wisps of your hair. But they are talking to each other. They're sort of moving back and forth. For you guys to bypass them quietly. Your movement will not cause the issue. It's the timing. And what I will take for this is either perception, to see and make sure that they are not looking in your direction, or insight, to anticipate when they are going to look away. Okay? Those are your options to do this. What I will say is we're going to do it as a group check. Okay? The DC is 20. Okay? Because now 3 of you have to pass it. If 3 of you pass it, it doesn't count as a failure. Okay?
Cool, I have a +1 on both of these skills.
Let's do it.
I'm
in
going
order.
back to the North boundary dice.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my big boulder. He my lucky die.
Clever Stitch.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
So that's a natural 18 for a modified 20.
That counts. That counts. Fable.
I'm gonna use luck. I'm gonna use luck.
There you go.
Use luck one more time.
Okay.
Dare I use it the 3rd time in a row? Yes.
Last
With a
one.
different. I have 1 left, and I'm using them all right now as I scramble to stay on this fucking rope. Just let me die.
Okay.
So that last one, because with luck I don't get to keep the highest. It's just the most recent. That's a 4.
Okay.
It's one of my
Sarai.
higher ones.
10.
Okay. The rock.
Sorry, guys. That's a 6 + 6 in perception for 12.
Okay. Thousand.
16 plus 5 for a 21 in insight.
Okay. So you guys go scrambling up over the wall, right? You will say that Clever Stitch is up and over first. Quickly, he makes it in there. Looks easy. Following behind him come Fable and Sarai and Sirach. And one of the guards turns around at just the slightly wrong moment. He doesn't see anybody, but he feels sort of that wind pass by. And to Metal Gear Solid this or any stealth game, they get the it goes from the cone vision goes yellow, and it's like, wait, what was that? Right? Thozen ducks back down a little further on the rope. They kind of come looking around. You can see you could hear their footsteps overhead. You've gone over those battlements. You're sort of tucked up underneath, all 4 of you on the one side, Thozen just on the other side of that wall. You can hear them kind of walking, and one of them asking, the other one, do any of you speak Goblin?
I will cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay, you cast Comprehend Languages. I didn't hear anything. You just don't want to talk about your sister. I don't want you to talk about my sister. She's a whore. I know, but she's my sister, so we can't get into that. But you seriously didn't? No. Right. But one of them seems to be alerted. Okay, has not seen you. Thozen, as the sisterly talk is going, you make your way up and over. Now, I'm going to give you an option here, Thozen, because you're the last person going up and over the rope. You can leave it there and come back for it later, or you can try to pull it up quick enough for them not to see it.
Knowing me, because it's me, I'm gonna pull it.
Okay.
Valid.
I will take, because I know you can command it, I'm going to take an athletics check. Okay? Because you're essentially trying to just yank up as quick as you can raw strength. Yes, Fable.
Can I possibly assist, since I was also on the rope, if I'm holding one end and helping him with it?
You've gone over.
Sure.
He was the last person with the rope.
Wonder check.
Yep. So.
Not horrible, not the best, but 16.
Okay. It was a 19
We take
DC. So you can take the fail, or you can abandon the rope. Doesn't mean you can't come back and claim it later, but it's up to you.
This is potentially the last fail, I think.
No. You guys have 4, so you're down 1. You've got 3 to go.
Oh, then I'm gonna take a fail.
You'll take the fail. Okay. So you grab the rope. You're pulling. One of the guys is like, "What is that?" Your horse is. No, stop it. I'm serious. He kind of turns around just as the Thozen and the rope sort of thump onto the ground beneath that raised platform. He's like, and he starts walking over. You can hear the steps coming in overhead after you, and the guy follows behind him. They both start looking around, and you hear them start to come down the steps. They haven't quite come towards your direction yet, but you can tell they're looking. Yes, Fable?
I would like to cast Prestidigitation to make a small noise happen in the other direction. I want to do the you throw a rock thing from Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Is that possible?
So what I will do for this is I will take I'll roll performance versus their insight.
Great.
Okay. If you succeed, I will give you back one of your failures.
Okay.
If you fail, you'll take a failure.
Yeah, that's fine. I will. Yeah. Okay, that's fair to try to get back a cushion. That's fine. Let's go.
Okay. There are 2 of them. We're gonna roll twice. Okay. You roll once. They're each gonna get the chance.
$25
Okay.
with a nat 19 and a +6 of performance.
Okay, so they have to nat 20. We'll see what they do. So that is a natural 15. Natural 19. So they start to walk away. They kind of hear it and they begin to move in the other direction. Okay.
Lit.
I will, as you guys start to move, the cages that are here are set up the way a shipping yard is sort of a labyrinth of boxes and things like that. You're sort of sorting your way through it. Now, because Thosin has find creature on, you know where Wyatt is. However, you know that there may be other people here that you're attempting to free. Do you just get Wyatt? Do you go straight for him? Or do you guys stop and try to find other people in these boxes?
So my knee-jerk reaction is the firefighter thing where we have to know how many people we're looking for. And so that's my knee-jerk reaction is get Wyatt and be like, who else is stuck? Because he might have that information.
That's real fucking fair, man.
Hold on. How far away can Thosin tell how far away Wyatt is?
I think so. I'm gonna say he's within.
Stand by.
It's just if
The direction.
you don't know distance. Okay.
Correct. If he moves, I can tell he's moving, but I only know the direction.
It's a compass, not a GPS.
Well, okay, even with just a direction, I'm gonna cast message.
Okay.
It's 120 feet,
Okay.
just to see if he picks up. And Wyatt, we're here. How many of you are there?
God, I know he's thinking, but the silence is deafening.
Oh my god, I know.
I'm gonna say you don't get a response, but you sort of piece together why. If there's 3 feet of wood between you and them, or a thin amount of metal, you're looking at these boxes. They seem to be wood. The cages also seem to have metal lining in them. Maybe not necessarily lead, but there's just enough interference between you and the direction of Wyatt that he can't reply.
Okay, then let's go.
Okay, you guys, your stealth checks hold up. You continue to make your way out and across to a place where Saride can, at the very least, message with Wyatt. Okay, you're tucked up next to some boxes, very carefully ducked down. Ever so often, you hear the heavy footsteps of another soldier sort of coming by. There looks to be one that is going through and kind of checking the cages, or at least patrolling the front of them, trying to make sure that they're not doing anything dangerous or things along those lines. You message to Wyatt, asking, what would you like to ask?
Same thing.
Just
well,
repeat
yeah.
just the basics of it.
We're here. Where are you? How many of you are there? Like, is there something special about his cage that he can figure out? Like, I'm in the red box, or
You know, you can almost see him, right? The cages are about 5 feet tall. They sort of keep people hunched over. They're pretty small. But they are big enough for them to kind of pace a little bit. I'm gonna say they're tall enough for them to stand up, right? So you can see them. But other than standing, they're about 4 by 4. Like they're not big. But they're thick with them, right? And they're stacked. So they're probably 5 feet, because it stacks up to about 10. Not quite the height of the spikes. You see Wyatt sort of backed off in the cage. He looks thin. He looks emaciated, sort of starved. His robes are dirty and torn, and he is caked in dirt. He sort of winces hearing your voice in his head, and nods. You watch him struggling to think, struggling to remember things. He takes a moment and was 2 wagons. There were 6 on mine.
It's not sending. You don't have to count.
Sorry, there were 6 on mine. I mean, it's still. I think it's a limited message, but you go back and forth.
Message is just bad, but it's not. It's the distance is short,
right?
So we can talk as much as we want.
Yeah.
It's unlimited text and talk, but it's on this. It's not like
roaming,
but it's local.
Only after 9.
No roaming.
It's only local and only after 9.
Yeah, you got the Cricket wireless of texting there.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah. I think there were 6 on my cart, and I don't know, 7 or maybe 8 on the other, but I know some people didn't make it here. I'm not sure how many have survived. I haven't seen anyone since we've got in here.
Just rest. Save your energy. We're almost out. I promise.
He sort of nods. What would you guys like to do?
Are we able to make out anybody else in any of the cages that are around him?
If you
Or
start,
that the
so
hobgoblin...
this is you to because you knew where he was, giving you that one on the spell. To find anybody else, we'll take perception or investigation.
Can I use my passive as a floor?
Not for this.
Damn it.
This is an active hunt. Also, you're under stress, trying to keep an eye out on the guards that are moving around. So,
Can I perceive?
okay, so you guys are taking this as a challenge. Great. We will. Everybody will get the attempt to do one or the other. And DC is going to be I'm going to set you 2 DCs. Okay? The DC to find somebody, to find people, is 10. Okay? The DC to find them without drawing attention is 20.
Can I... Never mind.
Okay.
Can
May
I
we
ask a
abstain
question?
from this check?
If you want to leave anybody else that may have been brought to this camp, you can abstain.
Never mind then.
Let me ask a quick question. The only person who we saw was a goblin who was checking cages, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna be like, so at this point, there's only one guy over there. Do you want me? And I'm just gonna point to my bow. Like, we can probably
How about you be on standby like a sharpshooter, prepared to do that if he looks this way?
I am alright at investigating stuff, but I would not mind being on goblin extermination duty should one of you accidentally alert him, because he looks like he's easy pickings.
Yeah, exactly. I just, if people who are investigating later in the order want to maybe have held actions or something just in case, but I wouldn't pick him up right now.
That's what I'm asking is, do we want to have Matthew or whoever would go first with a held action and we do the rolls?
Yeah.
Matthew would feel more comfortable doing that because I have a +2 in both perception and investigation. So
Is
Well,
that a possibility, Cody? Or
I will accept it. Yeah.
That's
Sounds
why I
good.
was asking if they abstain. Like, can individuals abstain if they know they will fuck up, but we don't want to leave extra people behind? So does that still? Are we
It's-
still there doing that?
So, you're no. The thing is, people need to look all together to search through all the boxes, or people need to make multiple checks. Okay.
Question:
Yes.
This is inside, or is this outside?
It's open air.
A loading dock.
And it's daytime.
Yes.
Never mind.
All right.
It is open air. It is daytime. So, with Matthew holding the action to attack, I will need somebody else to pick up the insight or perception. Okay. So Fable, you are first. Go ahead and make the perception or investigation.
I apologize in advance, everyone.
No apology needed.
Que natura.
Okay. It's a ride.
15 perception.
Okay. The rock.
That is going to be an 11 on perception.
Okay. Matthew, make your attack roll.
okay.
Please.
And this is gonna be a sharpshooter.
Okay. Armor class 16.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so that is a natural 18.
Great.
So then, base damage is 17.
Okay.
I don't know if you can spread.
Absolutely.
I did a total of 23. So-
Nice. He thumps onto the ground. You know, if you leave his body there, it will be discovered. You're make me an athletics check.
Okay. That is a 22.
Yes. Yeah. You shoot him. Clever Stitch on all fours goes rushing around one of the cages. You grabs a foot and an arm and sort of jerks the guy back into some tall grass. Covers him up very quickly. Does the cat paw on the back feet. Give him a little scratch there. So we have 2 finding successes. Thozen, roll me your insight and investigation, please.
It was a 20, not natural.
That's good. Okay.
It
And
was a perception, sorry.
perception. That's fine. And who wants to roll me for Clever Stitch? Sirach and Saride had volunteered. Who wants it?
I'll do it.
Thozen? Okay.
There you go.
He's like, I just did well.
Neither of them.
Yeah, my
Thozen
dice
does
are
not
shit.
trust either of them.
Natural 20
Hey.
or 22.
Okay.
And you said you were useless before. It all evens out.
Okay. So we're going to count that as 4 successes for you guys. You do find you find Wyatt, and you find They have actually kept. Wyatt had miscounted. There, including Wyatt, there are actually 13 prisoners. Well, hold on. 13 sounds a little high. I'm gonna adjust what I was rolling because that was not working for me. Motherfucker. It was 13 again. Jesus.
So I was going to say some more.
13. Fuck it. You guys have to deal with it. More of them survived than they thought. Only 2 dudes died apparently in this massive killer raid.
They're like, Kevin, you're alive. I thought you were dead. Quit telling people I was dead. Like,
I guess.
Turns out they were holding prisoners to use as bargaining chips to get treasure.
Yeah.
Alternatively, there's 3 strangers that were already prisoners that we freed, are not from our caravan, and we're like, oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Don't they eat people?
Hobgoblins? No. I mean, they can. It is not their main cuisine, though.
Bugbears? Do they eat people?
Bugbears eat pretty much anything, but they're not trolls. Trolls are very much the man flesh. Right.
I mean, who isn't? But yeah.
So this challenge, more guards are potentially going to come by. You can hold an attack for that again. The cages are locked. Breaking into the cages is the challenge. Attacks can be made, however, if it's a particularly loud or bombastic attack, may draw attention.
I'm best suited probably to breaking open these cages, so if somebody else wouldn't mind being on guard killing patrol.
So I also have a +7 on sleight of hand and
you.
proficiency in lockpicks.
Great.
I do not have any of that. I can range sharpshoot as well. So I will stand on guard for ranged attack for things coming in and just pew spell snipe people.
Okay.
I will be with Fable and do the same. I'm not good yet at that stuff, so I'm gonna help snipe people when needed with Toll the Dead if I need to.
Deride, what are you gonna do?
Can I inspire both of them?
You may spend your bardic inspiration. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Nice.
Who are you
Do
inspiring?
it. Both of them.
Which both of?
Oh, Stitch and Sirach.
There it is. Thank you.
The lockies.
Yes.
Okay.
The ones who need to break into shit.
So my lock pickers. Here is your DC. We're gonna do the double DC again. Okay. So it is an 18 to succeed without drawing attention, and a 9 to just succeed, to just get it open. Okay. You guys are gonna have to do multiples each. We're going for 5, so we'll go back and forth, and then if something pops up, I'll let you guys know. Okay.
Perfect.
I feel like that is better than like me trying again, because I wouldn't have succeeded that almost no matter what.
I mean, there are other things like heat metal, or if you're just bashing a thing, you know. Anyway, go ahead.
Natural 20 for a 28 with Thieves' Tools.
Nicely done. Sirach.
There we go. That's a 17 +7 for 24 +3 for 27.
Nicely done.
I did not use my inspiration on the first one. Can I save it?
Yeah, you can save it.
Okay,
You don't have to, Eric. If you can add bardic inspiration after you've rolled and seen the total. So you didn't need the +3. You can actually hold on to yours.
No,
as well.
the +3 is my proficiency bonus because of Thieves' Tools.
Oh, okay. So you
He's
did.
like,
Okay. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
that was 27 flat. Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Ooh, that one I am actually going to use it because.
Hold on. While you do that, Clever Stitch. So Thieves' Tools is dexterity plus your proficiency. It is not specifically a sleight of hand. It is its own skill check.
Okay, then that is 7. So then it's, my apologies. So that's going to be 4 +3 for 7 plus my 17, which is still 24.
Yeah, it still succeeds. So
Yeah,
just
Cool,
setting
cool.
that up
But it's
for
good to know.
the future. Got it.
You said that the DC without alerting a guard was 18.
Correct.
Ah, damn. Okay, yeah. So I had to use my bardic inspiration because mine was a 17.
Okay.
But with that is 25.
Okay. Eric?
All right. That is 10 plus 10 for 20.
That'll do. And last but not least, Clever Stitch.
All right. Natural
Oh, sorry.
19.
I'm wrong. I apologize. I'm sorry. That was 17 because I'm still adding the other thing. So I'm going to add my D8 Bardic Inspiration, which brings me up 3, which does bring me to 20.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then natural 19 for a 27.
You guys make it through all of the locks necessary to get the people out without catching attention. Now, how do you want to try to get them out of the camp? There's still the 2 guards that are up around the battlements. You can attempt to kill them and push everybody over. You can attempt to stealth them out, like the rope, or whatever ideas you guys have.
Going to recast Pass Without a Trace for everybody that's here.
Okay.
Alright, hear me out. I have 2 ideas. 1, cast a fireball in the opposite direction. 2, murder the guards that are on the thing, with all 5 of us killing 2 guards. If they're anything as easy as that one was, easy peasy done. Thoughts?
I feel like whether we fight or distract, fire's going to happen. So we could potentially do a smaller distraction just to make the guards go the other way without blowing up everything. But I could just make a big one and we all fucking run for it. But it's up to you.
It's alright.
I can also make it awfully foggy where they are, and they won't be able to see anything.
Ooh. Combine that with a strange noise in the other, and that just, you're right, that could do no damage and just fucking, right, nice.
Yeah.
Or if you'd like fog and some dissonant whispers, just to mess with them.
I can create a wall in between us and them. It would be fire, but
I would wait with that if we're gonna do some weird thing that maybe doesn't. Well, my concern, as much as I want to blow everything up, my concern is, if they're not patrolling that often, it may take them a while to realize the prisoners are gone. Whereas if we make it a big stink when we're escaping, they're immediately gonna start chasing after us into the woods. And so I like the fog idea. It's much more subtle.
Thousand, can you make it quiet still?
not today.
Okay,
I didn't.
that's fine.
I thought we were coming in and just bashing shit.
Alright, no worries.
Yeah, if I hadn't cast that last Pass Without a Trace.
Oh, no.
I think the subtle approach is good, and then if shit goes wrong, I will cast a really big fireball to make everybody look the other way, and then we'll fucking go. And just
Alright.
haul ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, can I actually vote against fireball? Because
That's fine,
fireballs
yeah.
don't just appear; they get lobbed. So you have
True, I
smart enough
forgot that.
people in. You have smart enough commanders that aren't going to look to where it landed. They're going to look to where it came from.
That's fine. I can do something else. That's away and out of the way. I gotcha. I agree.
So there's 13 of these guys.
14 with Wyatt.
13.
Oh, 13.
It's 13
okay,
with
perfect.
Wyatt.
Whew.
Yep.
I've so the Cittern, it has charges. Because every spell is 1 charge. If I use multiple charges, is that upcasting?
Usually it says in the item if you can upcast with it. What are you trying to upcast?
Maybe invisibility and or fly, or something to kind of help get these guys out.
So, knew I would need you at some point today.
That's like my wand of fireballs tells me I can cast up to an 8th level fireball. I use 6 of my 7 charges, but it will wreck everybody.
Yeah, but it's also that's just one
It's
spell.
specific, exactly.
Yeah. So, let me see. Use the instrument. So fly, invisibility, levitate. How many charges does your thing have?
7?
Um,
7. It's like I couldn't get everybody, but I could maybe get some. I don't know.
so, once the instrument has been used to cast a spell, it can't be used to cast the spell again until the next dawn. So you could use fly, then levitate, then maybe invisibility. So you could use that to get 3 people over, or fly and run back and forth. Yes, Sirach.
Do we have knowledge or location of the chess set right now? Or are we not paying attention to that?
Thozen, can you try to focus and see if you can find it?
Thanks
Oh,
for the
yeah,
reminder.
Now that we have Wyatt, yes, I'll do that. I'll locate the chess set.
Not within 1,000 feet of you.
It's not around here, and not within 1,000 feet.
And
Also,
that
we-
encompasses the whole camp?
Yes.
We know some people were in the mountains being fucked with their minds. It is probably there.
If I
Out
cast,
with mines?
if I cast fly on Thozen, he can maybe help carry people.
You can, yeah. So so the issue is, if those guards are still there, you have to time. You know, you're doing the timing game. You can kill them. You can create a distraction to pull them away, and then pushing people over, physically getting them down the mountain is something I trust you guys can do. Between the rope and your athletics and your climb speeds and your ability to fly, it's just getting them past the wall. That.
I could also.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Not to be a murder hobo, but the best thing for this probably is
Yep.
maybe to kill these 2 guards.
Yep, that's fair.
Just the
Let's.
2.
I will go ahead and I will give you some information here. Killing, the more guards you kill, the sooner you will be found out. If you have a distraction that would not draw attention to you, fireball would draw attention to you. If you have a distraction that would not draw attention to you, that would be, so you right now you have 1 guard down. It's 1 guard missing is going to show up later than 3 guards missing. It's going to show up later than 6 guards missing. It's going to show up later than, right. So.
Yeah. Back to the yeah. Either the as a chat, either the Insight Greed thing or the fog thing. Either of those are good plans, and let's do them.
Which one?
Insight greed.
I'll do Insight Greed. I'm going to take my Onyx gem, and I'm gonna roll it on the floor
Okay.
in their direction.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Insight Greed on it. They have to do a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Thozen, how tall are you?
He's 6'4".
That
Good to know.
and 3/4 no.
So yeah, you kind of reach up, maybe give it a little hop. These guys are up on that battlement, so you can't quite roll it. You just sort of, but you get it up there. You get it in front of them quietly, without great effort, without drawing attention. That we've accepted. 2 wisdom saving throws, flat rolls for them. What are the DCs?
It's not great, but 13.
13. Okay. That's a 6. And a natural 2. They are enthralled.
Yeah, well, charmed this way, a creature can do nothing but use its movement to approach the gem.
Okay.
While an affected creature within 5 feet of you, it cannot move but simply stare greedily at the gem.
Okay.
Oh, I present. I guess I have to hold it. The spell didn't say that at first.
Mm.
Oh, so you have to be when they get to them.
What is the range on the spell?
30 feet.
If it's 30 feet, that's movement. Like that, you can post it, right?
Well, that's why I was wondering.
What I will say is you have to stay within 30 feet of it.
Okay.
So two things about this spell. You have to stay within 30 feet of it. When you leave 30 feet, let me say three things. When you leave 30 feet, they'll
Drop the spell.
They'll drop. And if there's nothing in the spell that says they don't realize they've been charmed, when the spell is over, they will know that they've been charmed.
Like friendship or whatever.
Yeah. They will realize that they were staring at a rock for some reason.
Maybe we'll hope it's just the wind. Maybe we'll hope that maybe they're just continuing to be dumb and they won't put two and two together, but...
Fog it is. All right, so...
Actually, yes.
I was going to say, then can I retroactively not do that?
That's fine.
Okay, sorry. I should have read the spell more carefully.
What is, how big is Fog Cloud?
20 feet?
Okay. And it raises up 20 feet high?
20-foot radius sphere.
Yes. So yes.
Point within range, and it's 100. I can move. It's like 120 feet.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Good. That'll work. So, with them distracted, encompassed in the fog cloud, because they are blinded, they cannot see. They're gonna kind of flail about randomly, not sure where things are. You guys are also blinded because of fog cloud. So I just want everybody to roll me. We're gonna do like a pure luck roll. Roll me a percentile. It's not a high-low thing.
Oh, okay, 28.
96.
65.
22.
Anybody with what was the lowest one?
14.
Okay, you guys are fine. You guys are absolutely fine. I rolled a 3. I was looking to see if anybody rolled within a 5 of me, because then I would say you came within like 5 feet of one of the hobgoblins as they were wandering around.
Well done.
Right. Just a little different mechanic. You guys do get the people over the wall, and you get out into the forest before it is out of sight and at a great distance when you hear the horn alarm go off. But you have taken off the main paths. You guys are relatively safe, although you may be trying to avoid the patrols soon.
Next week's skill challenge brought to you by Escaping Through the Woods.
Yeah, I think we had some fun skill challenges tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to wrap up real quick here because we did run long. Thank you guys for being awesome. We appreciate you. I hope you guys have a great night. We'll see you next time. But until then, be cool.